Host of the Texans on 3 podcast show, man. We about to get this thing on the road. Y'all know how it go. I'm in the building, man, and if I'm in the building, y'all know I got to have my guy in the building with me, man. Let me make sure. Okay. All right. Y'all know if I'm in the building, man, y'all know I got my guy with me, man. The Texans future scout, a.k.a. the streets. That boy Patton, a.k.a.
Activated.
Definitely activated, you know what I'm saying? And y'all already know, man, when you hear them keys rattling in the background, man, y'all know that.
Ramboye himself.
Yes, we got that boy Doc in the building, man, and y'all already know we about to get this thing started. Like it's I'm sorry, we chomping at the bit. Yeah, we chomping at the bit, man. Y'all know what time it is. Trying to get this thing going. Texas news all over the place, man. It's a very, very exciting time. I mean, some people tend to think that the off season is a boring time. I just believe me. I've heard somebody say that, you know, it's NFL 365. That's how it's always kind of been for me. I love the off season. I love the Senior Bowl. I love the combine. I love the draft process. You know, just going through all of these players, because you know what's weird when you go through the draft process is that you learn about these players, you learn about their upbringing, where they come from, and you tend to like certain ones, even if they don't go to your team. You tend to still follow them. You know what I'm saying? So this whole draft process has always been dope to me, man, and fun. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go ahead and get into this show, man. Y'all guys doing good, man?
Blessed and highly favored, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Man, that's what's up, man. So we're gonna start it off, man. I mean, it's a lot of excitement going around. To me, I feel like you have to be a certain, you know, of a certain crowd in the Texas fan base to feel the vibe. You know what I'm saying? The vibe that's going on. And the vibe that's going on right now lately. And I've been buying into this. I know you guys been hearing the same thing. I think Doc spoke on it before. I just think that the Texans are going to be aggressive. I don't know why, but I just feel like offensively we're about to be aggressive. I think that the front office knows what the writing on the wall is, and that's a beautiful thing. And I think the writing on the wall is the Texans haven't made the championship game. It's the big glaring elephant in the room all the time. And I think last year was supposed to be the year that we tackled that, right? But as a fan base and as a team, we didn't. I mean, it was a failure. We didn't make it to where we wanted to. And I think the front office is leaning towards that this year would be even more big of a failure if we did not attack the offseason in the proper way to make sure that we make it to the championship game. And that's why I think we be aggressive in this draft. And I think it's going to be an offensive player. I think Doc, it was you that said, I don't know if it was in a group chat or what, but you were talking about, you know, going after love, like just you know, we still in the first 15 minutes. I'm gonna say effort and just go, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and put all our eggs in the basket and run. I totally agree with that idea. I'm totally excited about the new possibilities and things that could be going on during this time. But I just wanted to start with that and get you guys feedback on that.
So, yeah, I am the one talking about F them picks like Les Snead. I'm sorry. Yeah, F them picks. Go for it, Pat.
I'm gonna say this, man. We have positioned ourselves to be. How can I say this? We don't really need much and that's the first time we ever had a team where going into a draft where I feel like we had a good offseason, free agency. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like Nick understands his strong suits and his weak sides. Because as we all know, he's not the best guy at drafting offensive linemen, so to say. So what he did was, as I was explaining to the guys earlier, he put a big old band-aid over the offensive line with the signings of Wyatt Teller and Braden Smith and Evan Brown. Um, and this is not a band-aid that when it gets wet, that falls off you. Now this band-aid to get wet, it's gonna stay with you for a while. But he's also positioned himself to where, okay, I'm still gonna draft offensive linemen because you're gonna need these guys going forward on cheap or affordable contracts because, as we know, they've exercised. They're going. I don't think they did it yet, but they're going to exercise the fifth year option with CJ, and they're going to extend Will Anderson, which is going to be a blockbuster mega deal. So I don't expect Nick to trade back. To be aggressive, depending on how the draft falls, these things tend to happen every year. But depending on who he trades up, I believe he's going to trade up this year.
Mm.
I don't see us getting Love. I would like Love, but I feel like Love is going to end up going to Tennessee. And if Tennessee is smart, they'll draft Love. Feel sorry for him because he got to deal with us twice a year. But the perfect guy to trade up for, in my personal opinion, would be the tight end, King Sadiq. In my personal opinion, he's the only guy in this draft that I feel like is worth trading up for that would add impact value to the team out the gate. As we know, Nick is a fool when it comes to the second and third round picks. He's made a living off, the second and third round, and fourth round picks as well, give or take. But we are in prime real estate right now.
No, I'm right on that train, Patton. Like I said, F them picks. I'm willing to sacrifice another depth player that would be selected in the second or third round
Okay.
to add a true weapon offensively, or even if we really were committed to O line, I'm willing to trade up for the guard out of Penn State as well because he is seems to be just that good on the same kind of level and impact that a Quentin Nelson and Indy could have. So um, I
Mm.
think the roster has been built well since 2022 by Casario when he got his chance at picking in the first round. He did a good job, and all of our key franchise positions are already in place in QB, edge, cornerback one, wide receiver one. So we have a gaping hole in talent, in my opinion, at running back,
Right.
at tight end. So I want to add impact players at both of those positions. So to Patton's earlier point, Kenyon Sadiq, yes, sir. I trade up for him. Jeremiah Love, yes, sir. I trade up for him. And I'm willing to sacrifice that additional depth player in the second round that I mentioned earlier. And I have a reference here if we need to get to it. Shout out to drafttech.com. They have a draft value estimator giving some of the charts that typical NFL teams use to um, value trade position and draft capital. And so, if we wanted to go through an exercise, I have that pulled up. So, for example, the Texans have the 28th pick, which is valued at 660 points in the Jimmy Johnson model. And they have the 38th pick, which is 520. The 59th pick is 310. And if you add all those up, that's close to 1,500 points now. Audience, don't berate my math. I'm just kind of spitballing here. but that's close to 1,500 points, which could get you all the way up to number 7 in the draft. That's valued at 1,500 points. But that would mean giving up your those 3 picks, which a lot of people don't want to do. But for me, I'm willing to give all those up for love. To know that I got a real stalwart in the backfield for the next 4 years.
What you
5.
won't do for love.
and, and my caveat is because the roster is already built. We built a roster. It's time to be aggressive, i.e., the Atlanta Falcons many years ago when they said F them picks and they went up. So it's been done in the league many times. Um, I know people dispute the talent level of Jeremiah Love. I don't. And I just want to improve at running back and tight end that bad.
So
So if not, okay, now go ahead, Pat.
this draft in particular, like, this is the best draft I've seen as far as the tight end position. Like last year was a good tight end draft, but this draft by far is the best tight end draft. Like, it's so many good tight ends. And think about it. If you look around the league right now, who are the top tight ends in the league? Like, who's the elite tight end? There's no Gronkowski's, you know what I'm saying? There's
Y'all
no
know my guy of Arizona. What's his name?
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride, man. I'm a
No,
McBride
the
fan.
elite tight end, the 101 is Bowers, Brock Bowers.
Like,
Talent
okay, so
wise,
you have, think about it. The elite tight ends right now. George Kittle when healthy. Brock Bowers. Who else?
McBride, Loveland and Warren had great rookie years. Tucker Craft.
yeah,
Six.
most definitely.
Laporta.
What's the guy in Buffalo? Laporta. What's Buffalo's guy?
Kincaid.
Kincaid. Um, Kyle Pitts. I know he's had some rough in between years, but I'm putting him up there.
That's 9.
Uh,
It's a struggle. It's a struggle. It is a
Did
struggle.
10. It's somebody missing though, bro. I know it's
Fuck it. Dawson Schultz. There you go.
okay. There
no,
we go. We'll round it out with Dalton. No, I'll put Dalton up there. I'm gonna ride with Dalton up
So
there.
my point is, this draft is so deep with tight ends that I feel like, as well with the interior offensive linemen, because this is also a great draft for interior offensive linemen. There are no, how can I say, he's not good, or he won't be all right, or he won't make it. No, there are a lot of studs in the interior offensive linemen in this draft, and there are a lot of studs and potential. I'm gonna call it now, all pros and a couple of Hall of Famers at the tight end position in this draft. Like, you can't go wrong, right? So, with that being said, let's say we don't trade up or get aggressive to get the likes of a King Sadiq. He's the cream of the crop. He's I don't want to say the end all be all, but if you are one tight end away or one piece on the offensive way to add to a roster to push it over the top, he's the guy to add to your team.
Can he block, Peyton?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's literally a spitting image of Vernon Davis. Literally. Like, but however, like, tight ends are my favorite positions. And let's say we don't get them. Let's say we end up going with let's say D'Amico finally gets his D tackle and Cody Banks, or Caleb Banks, sorry. Even though he broke his foot during the combine, or either pre-combine or during combine, that's fine. But a lot of people have us mocked with Peter Woods from Clemson. Now, my pushback to the Texans drafting a D tackle in the first round, as we know, since D'Amico has been the head coach here, he gets the most out of everybody at that D tackle position. He literally doesn't. They don't invest into it heavily, as far as a high value draft pick or a high value free agent. These guys, they get great value out of guys who are just coming along. journeyman.
Mhm.
D tackles
Yeah.
come here and have a resurgence on their careers. So, which also brings me to my next point. I keep seeing on Twitter that all of a sudden now they're marking us to get Anthony Hill Jr. from UT. Now, me and Killer was always talking about the day
Hold
that
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Speaking of killer,
boy, what the fuck?
that's killer
Whoa!
on the road. Hey, boy, that was a hell of an intro right there, killer. Hey, they ain't see that with killer. They ain't know I was gonna do that.
I'm
The
like, what the
solo assassin.
yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Killer, man.
hey,
From
look,
what's
out
up,
look, man.
man?
west.
I talking about that.
From
God said
way
this straight up. I'm
west.
talking about he started talking about killer. As soon as I seen killer pop up, I said, hold on right quick.
My
Now back to
God.
what you saying, Pat.
Me and Killer been talking about this. And, hey, welcome, Killer. Me and you been talking about this for a while, a couple shows now. That the day that D'Amico finally gets his linebacker or D tackle, and I've seen some guys are marking us to get Anthony Hill Jr. linebacker from UT, and it got me to thinking. He's not a first round linebacker. Like in today's game, it'll take a lot for a linebacker to be in the first round or high pick in the first round, just to be a first round pick, period, as an off ball linebacker at that. But with D'Amico, as we know, he gets these linebackers, he sprinkles that D'Amico dust on them, and they turn into, the league's best leading tackle or best linebacker, i.e., Fred Warner,
Right.
LZ, Greenlaw when he was there. It just made me think. So I was watching some film on my guy today, and I was like, damn, he don't really have no holes in his game. Then I started comparing him to the guy that Doc feel like is a special teamer, and what's my guy name?
Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez,
Rodriguez.
right? So I'm watching film on Rodriguez, and there was another guy I was watching too. What's the other guy I was watching? Harold Perk. Your guy Harold, right? Harold popped out the film in the first 2 years. Like he would have been a first round pick, came as prospect. The last couple years, he fell off the cliff, off the edge of the earth. Rodriguez is a turnover machine, but I noticed that when players get a hand on him, he out of there. It's easy to get him out of the play. And when I'm watching Hill, he don't have none of those problems. Like this guy's a monster, and within the right system, with the right coaching, he could be. Don't kill me for saying this, but he could be our not Brian Cushion, but he could be our Ray Lewis potential.
Whoa. Hold on.
High praises.
I gotta get him.
High praises.
We
I
got
watched it. I
all the
watched
time
it.
on the
I
show.
watched it today. I watched it today. Like I'm on my laptop, I'm on my phone, and I'm on my TV, and I got all three of them playing at the same time. So I'm multitasking. Okay, I got Hill, I got Rodriguez, and I got Harold. I'm like, what? Now, granted, I feel like any of these guys, if they were to come here, D'Amico would do what D'Amico does, what the D'Amico does. But Anthony Hill Jr., though, man, the guy's so good. I want to go find him on Madden and try to trade for him, bro.
Hey, look, I want to say this. I think that, and I brought it up in a couple of shows ago. I got this strange reason that D'Amico gonna get a linebacker out this draft, bro. I
And
just
how
really
think about it. I ain't mean to cut you off, but in hindsight, think about this. You got Toa going into a contract here. You got LZ's going into a contract here. The only guy you really got going forward would be EJ Speed. So you have
Hey,
to
I
add
ain't gonna lie. Just by you saying that, I double down. I think I
Well,
really do.
you got to think EJ Speed is what, 30,
yeah,
30, 31. Like, so
he'll be
you really
31.
got you got two linebackers on the contract here, and you got another linebacker that came and gambled and warned on himself and got a second contract. So
Yeah,
I think EJ Speed feel like that his career is not over with. Like, and remember last year when he signed that contract, and people were like, "So where is he going to play?" I said EJ Speed and his agent looked at this linebacker room and said, "I'm better than all of them." Now, whether we agree or not, that's not for us to debate. But that's what he felt. He signed. EJ Speed could have went to probably about 10 other teams, you know. and he was solidified over there with the Colts offense. I mean defense. So when he came over here and signed that was 1 year, 3 year deal with 5 year, 5 million with incentives, and he gambled, he won, he beat out Christian Harris for playing time, and they felt confident to say, hey, we're gonna bring you back. So we really like the whole core of the linebacking crew is really like, put it like this. After next year's season, these three linebackers that we have right now, all three of them might not be here.
Mm.
So to think that D'Amico is not looking at a linebacker, and one thing Patton was talking about is when we was talking about defensive tackles, we were talking about D'Amico doesn't have his defensive tackles, but D'Amico is a linebacker too, first. So D'Amico really didn't have his linebackers that he wanted, So the linebackers that you talk about, Perkins and the other two that you brought out, it's not far-fetched, man.
Remember the last I don't know if it was the last show or the show before that, but you remember me bringing up the Alziz question about,
I
where did
remember.
he rank in linebacker them, if that's a word. But it's that I didn't feel like D'Amico, like he does what D'Amico says, and he knows D'Amico. He's the Jimmy Ward of the linebacking room, or
Right,
shall I
yeah.
say? Like, so we understand that and we appreciate that. We understand that with less talent, being that you are attention to detail, that you can do your job, and ain't that the most important thing, doing your job. But um uh uh um Shair, I love you as a player, especially as a Texans player, but
Top
there's this
25.
other level. There's this other level of linebacking play that I
But
just
hey,
feel
check
like if
check
we had that,
check
like,
this out, Nitty. We felt about the way we felt about, and you just pointed out about Jimmy Ward. Uh, we felt that way about when we got Aziz. Like, oh, that's the D'Amico player. And
mhm,
so we know that between the media and the league, they kind of frowned up on him because of what he did to Trevor Lawrence. So he
mhm.
had that tag on him as being a dirty player. But even after that Trevor Lawrence hit and he came back this past year, what did he accomplish? Pro Bowl accolades.
No,
That
he
means
stepped up.
the league looked at him as being one of those guys. And so a lot of people don't look at the Pro Bowl like, oh man, the Pro Bowl ain't. Look, the Pro Bowl is still that's part of your. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but that's still something that you put on your resume. And so
And the
when the
game.
league recognize you as one of the best linebackers, you have to say that okay, he did everything that D'Amico wanted him to do. So
So what
he's
you're
still,
saying
and I think
basically,
he's 29, 30 years old, so he's
Yeah,
still
29.
young.
yeah, what you're saying is basically the accolade, the selection still holds
Mm.
weight, even though the game doesn't. The game is, I think, in about 5 years, the boys gonna be playing ping pong. But that's
Yeah, I
another.
mean because there's no
If they
linebackers
were playing
unless
ping pong
you.
at the Pro Bowl, bro, they're gonna be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is not even gonna be about football, bro. They're gonna be
yeah.
playing.
No, but what I'm saying is not the Pro Bowl game, but the
Yeah,
Pro Bowl
but the
selection in
accolade and the
itself. Yeah,
selection
the
still
accolades.
hold weight,
Right,
especially if you
right. It does.
actually selected, not if you a replacement, not if you like did what Shador did. I ain't trying to take light from the Sanders kid, but you know what I'm saying? He went. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When they say take your low hanging fruit, he picked that low hanging fruit and he ate it. Boy, I'm talking about he made a whole pie out of it. And I would say I gotta respect him for that. But other than that, I totally agree on what Killer's saying, that according to the league, Al Shair made the Pro Bowl, so why am I complaining? I know that's not the question that Killer asked, but I'm saying it like, why would I be complaining if Shair actually is a Pro Bowl linebacker? That's actually in his title. Um, the reason that I would complain, and it's not a perfect world, I could be wrong for this, but hey, it's me, it's how I see the team. I just want to see the team, the linebacker. Like, I just want us to have a Patrick Willis, bro. Like, I just want to see us with a great linebacker, bro. Like
Mm.
you know, D'Amico Cushion was our two best linebackers that we have ever had. I remember there was this one linebacker that was good, but he just couldn't stay on the field. That was Sharpton. I think it was Darryl Sharpton, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Mhm.
He couldn't stay on the field, but those two linebackers that I just said, D'Amico, Cushion, those were our best kind of like sideline to sideline linebackers. I just want to see that kind of because we didn't see it. You know, when a fan base
Yeah.
has seen that type of linebacker play, we get used to it. And I just want to see it again. And I just think that, you know, and it could be like Patton said, D'Amico Dust, man. Let me hit that. Where's that Harper?
Don't sleep on Bernardrick McKinney. He had a
Yeah, I was about to
season
say Bernard. Yeah.
that was Pro Bowl.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
He had a Pro Bowl and an All-Pro season.
Listen, let me
Yeah.
tell you what Bernardrick McKinney did for me. He did some good things on this team, and I'm gonna tell you the good thing he did for me. I never used to understand what they meant by hips when they were talking about a linebacker. Like, hey, this linebacker got good hips. He's got good
Right.
hips. I never understood what that meant until I seen a linebacker who had the worst hips that I ever
Right.
seen. And that was Broderick McKinney. I'm telling you, he let me know. I was like, oh, okay, that's what they be talking about when they talking about hips. Bro wasn't hip at all, bro. You right. If he turned the right direction at the beginning of the play, if he lined up and he saw the play going one way and he committed and went that way, he was a heat-seeking missile every time. But sometimes he didn't line up right.
But if I could,
Bernardrick was a 1980, 1990s linebacker.
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
that's
right.
Downhill thumper. Like he's gonna meet you in the gap, and you're not gonna bully him.
Did he ever
The
make the
game
Pro
have,
Bowl?
yeah, he did.
and
Okay.
and that's what the defense that Romeo was running called for is for bigger linebackers.
Mm.
If you all remember those seasons from 2014 until O'Brien was up out of here, we had that big linebackers. I mean, BMAC was 6'5", 265.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Cunningham was 6'4", about 240, 245.
Oh,
Very
you giving him some weight because he was about 230.
Yeah.
Dog.
He he was real rangy. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
talking to
okay.
a person that met him like multiple times. I'm bigger than
Well,
him.
I know he's 6'4".
He taller than me, but weight wise,
Okay, well, they were bigger linebackers, and
I get
that's
what you're saying.
very different than the 5'11", 6 foot, 230 that our guys are now. But
Mm.
I want to shift some gears. I'm sorry, I know y'all put that thing in reverse because we were on the offensive side talking about Sadiq, our guy Brandon in the bull ring said if they grab Sadiq, then Kaylee will be trying to go to the 2011 Patriots offense again. And
Let
I,
me find that
I
question. I seen it over here.
and I beg to say that we are already running the 2011 Patriots offense.
Hey,
And
hey,
so
if you let Doc say it, boy, he definitely gonna say we running that already.
and we need a Sadiq to help Kaylee out because we need somebody that can get some yards after the catch.
Yeah.
And I also am a big fan of Sean McVay. And the stats tell us that McVay is changing the league. In 2025, he went to 13 personnel with 3 tight ends, more than anybody in the league. So I would expect Kaylee with the right personnel to follow that train and get in line with 13 personnel. And so with the addition of Foster Monroe, the
That's my guy.
existence of Dalton Schultz, that just ain't enough. So I would like an explosive player to join them in the team.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question real quick before we move on to the next thing.
Mm.
Foster Monroe. What do y'all feel about him? Are y'all excited about this guy? Because I am. I am. I told y'all I'm a Foster Moreau guy.
It was a damn good pickup, especially with what we got going on right now, with all the injuries at that position last year. Just having an extra tight end would have helped so much, and having him there, having him will put Blake Fisher on the bench when it comes to that big line we was running with him last year.
Yeah.
So damn good pickup, a
Yeah,
good blocker, willing blocker.
absolutely. That way we don't hear that tackle eligible anymore. We get more tight ends
Yeah,
in tight end position.
Foster's sneaky, bro, in getting out into the open field and working them zones, y'all. I'm telling y'all, just
Oh yeah.
watch. Just watch. He almost as savvy as Dalton Schultz. He knows how to get open. I want to say something real quick. Because it's true. It's the absolute truth. My right hand to the man. Just earlier before we were getting ready to do this show, guys, I thought about somebody. And I was gonna take a time out in the show today. I'm not bullshitting y'all. I was gonna literally take a time out in the show today to ask about somebody. And I
Who's
happen to look over here in the comment area, and the person is here. It's like,
Who?
oh, I'm telling you, God is too good, y'all. Like it is so crazy. Mellow Mike, man. Look, I'm telling you, man. I can't. You just
Mike,
you just made my day, bro. Because I'm telling you, you don't know. I was thinking about you today, bro. I literally was like, I was thinking about the show and just everything, and us, getting more consistent and all kind of things. And I was like, you say, I hadn't seen somebody on the show in a minute. And I thought about you today, my brother, and I promise you, man, for you to be right here, that just shows me that man, this because there's been a lot of crazy things going on in my life, but man, that just lets you know that God is in the midst. We glad to have you, my brother. I was like I say, we hadn't seen you in a minute, and you are always in the bull ring, so it just hit me like, hold up, I ain't seen Mellow Mike, bro. And there we go, right there, man. It's good to have you back, my guy. We'll have you up here. We'll have you up here on the show soon, man. But shout out that boy Space Age. Definitely want to give a shout out to T Jones. I see T Jones up here too, man. Big shout out. You know what I'm saying? Hope the
shout out.
recovery and everything is going well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you, she back to her normal self.
Hey, I can tell when I know you in a good mood. When I see that smile on your face, I know T Jones good, man. So God, all praises due. Back to what we were saying though. We were on the Foster Monroe thing. He, like I said, this guy is sneaky, man, and getting open. I know Pat and I always talk about the highlights. I think about you every time I even say the word highlight. I think about. I be like, okay, so, but I want to say though that this guy does so good at blocking that he does this thing to where I think that helps in him getting open. Like the person who's in front of him sometimes is like, hey, this dude, is he coming to knock my head off, or is he finna run a route on me? And sometimes we just, you know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna help. I think that's gonna help to the swarm side of the football because Foster Monroe is a blocker. He is that. He wears number 87 and he wears it well. Let's put it like that. He definitely wears it well. So that tight end room is not so shabby, especially with Dalton Schultz. And speaking of, I don't remember who that was. Y'all said the squad five or whoever that asked that question about the top 25 Texans. But remember how we was in a group chat and I said a whole slew of different Texans. And I said, man, they got to a point where it got a little shaky and I ain't know who to say. But I almost really on the cool have to put Dalton Schultz as one of the top 25 Texans of all time. And I know it sounds crazy. I know it's crazy.
No, it's not
It,
crazy at
it,
all.
it don't sound crazy because he's probably, well, not probably, he's the second best tight end. And a lot of that could change next year because if he's a pivotal part of, when, not if, but when we win the Super Bowl next year, and he's a pivotal part, he's going to overtake Owen Daniels because that's what you're going to remember. Like the highlights is going to show Dalton Schultz being one of those guys. Like all the highlights that he got from Dallas, that's going to be erased from what he's accomplishing with your quarterback, Patton, CJ Stroud. Um, he's he's
Hey,
gonna he's gonna accomplish
That's the
those
inside
things,
joke,
and
y'all. That's
he,
the
he's
inside.
gonna he's gonna move to number one. Like when the one thing that I said about the Texans that was telling people, and this is what I agree with Doc. Doc says it's time to get aggressive. I don't like Casario, and he's gonna stand on that molehill. He said, but Casario have built a team good enough for you to go and get one or two explosive players on offense for CJ to be successful because the defense is already what you want to call it, I ain't gonna say legendary, but they're historic.
Nasty.
They're historic.
Hey, elite.
That it's yeah, it's an elite. It's an elite defense. If you give CJ the weapons, and I'm speaking for Larry again because I listened to him and he said that we haven't made a move until we did it with Stephon Diggs. So when he says that, uh, and the way that he eloquently put it, F those picks, but he was like, hey, go and get this guy or go and get that guy. And I agree with him because one or two guys on the offense can change this whole entire trajectory for this team, especially if you get them out of the draft because you know you're going to have them for 4 years. So, I mean, a team that's averaging 23 points a game, you put them up at 29, and a team that was only giving up 16 points a game, and they're getting better, and you drop them down to keep them at 16 or drop them down to 14. That is a recipe for Super Bowl success.
Thank
I
you,
totally
Cal.
agree.
Thanks for the shout out, man. Because when this is our draft season here, the show indicates that because how disappointed would we all be as a fan base as the draft is going on, certain players are falling in the draft, and you got teams that are in the draft position in and around us, like Buffalo, New England, Seattle, that trade up to go get a player that can make a difference for their unit. And we just sitting there at 28, then our time comes and we trade back to the second round. We, we've seen it happen before. I be aggressive. And I think
Right.
at least Patton was on that train as well. We just got to get Frank on board. We got to get Frank on board with F them picks, and
Hey, that's gonna
then
be
the
the name of
whole
the next show.
yes, then the whole show can have a united front with Casario that uh, we ain't satisfied with two twos. We need to be in the top 15.
Yeah, I'm totally. I mean, I'm already on board, Doc. I'm not gonna lie. I think that we should totally go all the way in because it's where the team is. It's like we've
Right.
seen this we've seen this story before. We've seen it with other teams. We've seen it with Kansas City. We've seen that once they when the team feel like, hey, we have a solid core. Let's go
Hmm.
ahead and get those guys now because now you've afforded yourself to that point now to where you like let's pick those guys like a love that you implant him onto this team. It automatically changes the dynamics. That's what you want. That's what you want. A guy, Sadiq, that's gonna move the needle. I'm talking about this. That's gonna automatically say, you know what, you're better. And when your team is at that point, that's an exciting time. And that's why I'm
Right.
so excited about this time because it's like I don't think the Texans have been in this place too many times, but we're in this place now where we can, man, I don't care if we came away from the draft with 3 players. I'm gonna be honest with you. We come
Yeah.
away with 3 dynamic players, and I'll be like, hey, I still have the Super Bowl window wide open. I think that this is the reason why you do it because of the Super Bowl window. We're being like, I know that we were one of the first shows to talk about CJ in the sense of Trent Dilfer or Johnson that was with the Bucks.
Brandon
Um,
Johnson.
yeah, like we were one of the first shows to put CJ in that light, and the team is kind of being built in that way. I think that is very peculiar. I think that it's very peculiar to make the statement that you made earlier, which is absolutely true. That that we are about to sign Will to an extension and just pick up the 5th-year option on CJ. I'm pretty sure people probably in the beginning when that draft first happened would have reversed that, would have reversed those roles. You probably would have, you would have hopefully would have wanted both of them, but I think that the fact that CJ is getting that 5th-year option, number one, I think it's a good thing psychologically for him because you're already a young man, and I think you already signed for $23 million, so you're a multi-millionaire. I just think that when you have that money, sometimes you need incentives, and sometimes these incentives are not on contract. Sometimes these incentives are letting you know, like, hey,
Hey, let me tell you something. Will is going to sign his contract first, and the week before the season starts, CJ is going to sign his deal.
bro. You think that's what's gonna happen, Cal?
I'm telling you.
I
I'm
I
I
telling
mean,
would
you.
I can see that happen, but let me correct Nitty. His rookie deal was 4 year, 36 million. So he
oh
got a
shoot, yeah, he good. He got some
little
chicken.
extra in the bank. And when they signed that 5th-year option, that's almost 26 million. So um, he is a rich young man, regardless. But he's talking about 3 or 4 generational kind of paydays after
Right.
uh, after he
When
proves
you
it.
when you when you look at the quarterbacks that's ahead of him and that's getting paid more than him, there's not too many of them that have won 3 playoff games. Granted, they, you know, uh, the first year, I mean, the first playoff game, but he won 3, and so that's gonna like him and Mulligetta. Like Mulligetta is a very smart guy, and I'm glad that him and Nick Casario has a great relationship. I got a question for Patton too about Sadiq. They have a great relationship. So Nick is not a person that's impulsive, and Mulligetta seems like to be a smart person. And CJ has to know that, like, if Mulligetta tells CJ, if you feel like this team is being built, that you can be very successful, we'll take that 5th-year option because that contract will look not, uh, 57, 59 a year, probably gonna be like 65. If CJ go off and win a Super Bowl and he's a pivotal part, he can get for the duration of that contract, he can get an extra 40, 45 million extra dollars. That's only if he's confident and to bet on himself. And Mulligetta might say, hey man, look, realistically, you haven't really done enough. So if you feel confident and I feel confident in you, and I'm working with a general manager that's very generous in paying his players, Nick doesn't play hardball. I mean, if you earn it, you deserve it, you get it. And so if CJ come out and shine, he gonna get paid. And if they sign him to that 5th-year deal and he, squander that, then it's like, okay, so what are we gonna do now? Do we move on, like Patton say, or do we just sign him to a lesser deal? But I think they're gonna sign him before it's gonna be the week before the season starts.
it's gonna be one of them Nico Collin kind of deals. It's gonna be team
No, it
friendly.
ain't gonna, no, it ain't gonna be that. No, it ain't gonna be that friendly. David Mulligetta don't play friendly deals. Like he's gonna look at Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, and all these other quarterbacks and say, look, at the least, my guy have won 3 playoff games. Let's start with that. That's my negotiation. That's what I'm gonna negotiate on.
He gonna spearhead
So
it.
CJ get to get to, bro.
Hey,
Him,
Mike is making some excellent points over here. I'm glad you
yeah, I
pointed
know.
out
I've
that.
been. I'm about to answer Mike in a second because we talked about it earlier. Me and him. I'm gonna address what he's talking about in just a second. But far as CJ go, I was one of the guys that was championing him, saying the ceiling is Brady, and the floor is another Ohio State quarterback. I'm here to change the ceiling for him. It's no longer Brady. I doubt he ever reached that. The new ceiling for CJ is Kirk Cousins.
That's not a stealing. That's just the second step
Stop. He
of
Kirk
a three
Cousins
step.
right now.
You can't handle the truth.
Hey, that might be the truth right there, y'all. Like,
Like,
hey, imagine
Kirk
Kirk
Cousins
Cousins with
ain't
this
won
type of
3
defense.
playoff games.
Say
but
it again, Larry. Say it again, Larry. Say it.
Kirk Cousins hasn't won 3 playoff games. But his play on the field is good during regular season. CJ has been up and down, but we've seen that the young man has the ability to play at a high level. Honestly, what I go back to is the comfort level. The, the group here has talked about it, especially that his fundamentals are off at times. His
Mm-hmm.
head injury has affected his play. But where I go to is his superpower. A ball placement specialist. His accuracy is what he
Right.
does best. And he lost that last year. And so that's where he needs to get back to, in my opinion.
He's training
Uh,
with Stafford people this offseason. Has he always done that, or this the first year?
that's a good point. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
this
Yeah,
first
Yeah,
year.
he's training out there with Stafford people
This
in
first year.
California this year.
Yeah, and
First
that's
year.
a good thing to seek, further knowledge, like other guys has been successful because CJ always said that Matt Stafford was his favorite quarterback. So
Mhm.
and he can learn from Matt Stafford's first decade of losing.
tell
You ain't got the
yeah,
answer.
yeah,
Stafford
for
ain't
sure.
do nothing, and they made the playoffs one time in Detroit.
Yeah.
In 12 years. It was 12 years.
12, I'm sorry, not 10, but 12.
It was
Hey,
12, yeah.
real quick, man. I want to address Bello Mike. I know he's been kind of MIA. My guy been grinding, but Mike, we had talked about the signings. I want to say maybe a show ago or 2 shows ago, but just to give you a quick recap. Taylor, yes, he was benched last year, but he was playing on a losing team. And as a player, bro, when you in that type of environment, toxic environment, and y'all losing, the head coach is trying to sabotage your quarterback, like a lot of shit can go wrong, which was going wrong in Cleveland. Um, Bringing him here, I look for him to have a resurgence, along with he's going to be in a better environment, better team, better culture. Hell, we can roll out the bed and win 8 games this year, 9 easily, just with the defense. And as we all been alluding to with CJ, if he just plays a little bit better, just play average. You ain't gonna be all star, save hero ball, but just play average. Don't turn the ball over, bro. We can win at least.
One thing that and I'm not big on coach speak, general manager speak, or whatever, but I read some comments what Teller said, when he said that CJ reached out to him. But Teller also said that I come to change the mindset of the offensive line room. He said I want to be nasty. He said I want to protect my quarterback. What's one of the things that we always complained about when CJ get hit out of bounds? We was
Nobody
talking
can do
about
it.
Larry Tunsil ain't coming to pick him up, and they don't care about him. Like I think Teller is. And the thing about being bent, sometimes like Montgomery was bent for Jamar Gibbs. With they share time, but that's the
Yeah,
reason why Montgomery. But sometimes somebody is just better than you, and then they want to get a better look at the younger player that they brought in, and eventually they're going to move away from you. That doesn't mean that this guy does not know how to play. So I think with the offensive line room, if you get them in there early and they already they can already see on paper who's going to be the five. That's even before the draft even starts. And the 3 guys that they brought in, all of them have experience. So they played games. They haven't played together. But I think with Popovich coming in his second year with the confidence, and you have a guy with a Teller, his mindset, I think that offensive line room is going to reflect of what D'Amico wants. That swarm mentality, that aggressive. We want to run the ball. We want to bully people, and like it is, we're gonna leave it all out on the field. So
if you think about
I'm really
it,
excited about it.
if you think about it, Cam, that's exactly. I think that's what. I think that was Casario's playing last year. If you think
Hmm.
about it, he got a lot of guys who were in their heyday, were were people movers. But the
Right.
thing was that, and I think that's why Patton, what he said earlier about the Band Aid is such a good analogy, because that last year, that was the cheap Band Aid. That was the
Right.
Band Aid that what that you go with a Family Dollar and get, the ones they the cheap ones, basically. This
Right.
Band-Aid that he did this year, because like you say, I agree with Mike. There's a lot of things that Wyatt Teller has to prove to me, that I want to see. But I love his mentality. But I love the way that you got Brandon Smith, Braden Smith, and you brought back Ed Ingram. Just like D'Amico
Yeah.
said, that was big. That was big for me too.
Hmm.
Um, it just now, I feel like that's one of those band-aids that you can take, it's like one of those 4-day, 4-shower band-aids.
We
Like
lost
you
Frank.
can
Can
take
y'all
4
hear me?
showers and still have this band-aid on. You ever had one of them kind of band-aids that it lasts through like
Yeah.
about 4 showers? You be like,
Even when
golly,
you
this
you
mug ain't
pull you
going nowhere.
pull a band-aid off, you can still see the residue on your arm. Like,
That's
yeah,
what
it's
I'm
still
talking
there.
about, man. Like
Yeah.
I believe that we have a better Band-Aid. I think Wyatt Teller has to prove to us Texas fans. Let's just not say that this guy's a 3-time Pro Bowler or this and an All Pro, because now we'll be talking about it. And speaking of the Rockets, shout out, me and Cal was thinking great tonight with the hat choice. This wasn't planned. This just happened to be that we was thinking Rockets tonight. But the Rockets once did that with had a run with bringing in old players once they were washed up, and try to prop them up as good players. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all be excited. We got Scottie Pippen. We got
Scottie
Charles
Pippen,
Barkley. Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
We got Charles Barkley. So
You
it's
remember when they brought Steve Francis back?
oh my God. And Steve will drink you on the table, but that's for another story. But
Oh, I know.
one thing, like I say, this line has the core. See, what we got to understand is the philosophy of the line. And me being a Sagittarius, I'm just a natural philosopher. You know what I'm saying? And the philosophy of this line is, hey, we're gonna move people. We tried it last year, didn't line up. The only one guy that we got right last year, and I'm talking about as far as in free agency, was Ed Ingram. He showed
Mhm.
throughout the year that his run blocking skill was not to be played with. And so he bringing him back, to me, showed that the team said, you know what, this guy right here was what we seen as the core of what we want this line to be. Somebody that's
Right.
a road grader, somebody that's just gonna move people out the way. Now, something that Mike said earlier, about the run blocking. I mean, not run blocking, but the pass blocking. And I think, and I've never played line before, but my common sense tells me this, and this is where I'm gonna need Cal and Pat Net. Um, when you playing offensive lineman, right? And can't you play off the defense as far as like, okay, if we're running the ball, this is where play action comes in, right? Isn't this the whole reason why play action is because I want to make you think that, okay, I'm gonna keep rushing you, and then eventually, when I drop back into pass protection, you're gonna think that it's a run play, so you're gonna react a certain type of way, which will naturally give me more time, get a quarterback more time because you thought it was a run play.
I can make it way more simpler than that. When we had and I was a big fan of Larry Tunsil, but when we come out on first down and say he didn't get a penalty, but say it's 2nd and 7, and then he get a false start,
Mhm.
2nd and 13. The percentages is you have to pass the ball at least 80% of the times when it's second and 13. Because if
Mhm.
you run it and say for instance second and 13, you get five. So you're third and help my math.
Hey.
You're third and eight. What are you gonna do? You're gonna pass the ball, right?
Mhm.
So if you come out and be a disciplined offense and the Texans want to get physical, so you have tough nose running backs, Montgomery, whoever you're going to get out of the draft, Woody Marks, and we run it. And that's what every team wants to do. Great teams want to run the ball on first down. And so on first down, you have a running back that averages 4.2, 4.5 yards a carry. So then you got second and six. There's a 50-50 chance that you can run and pass. So now the defense has to play honest defense. We don't know if they're going to run or they're going to pass. This is what helps CJ. But every time if I come out, it's second and nine, or third and eight, or first and 15, you put me at a disadvantage. So
Defense can
now
turn their ears back.
they can do whatever they want to do. Linebackers, and I keep telling people, this is what I want to tell y'all. Linebackers are going to line up at least 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage on the first down. When it's second down, they're going to line up at least 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's a huge difference because they're there to stop the run. But if you don't have the passing plays, the offensive coordinator, the mind to do the crossing patterns and the routes to do underneath, you're not going to complete those passes. So it's going to be incomplete. So now you're looking at third and nine, third and 12, whatever it may be. You want to be able to run the ball on first down. First down put you in a advantageous position because if it's second and six, second and five, I can run it again and get 2, maybe 3 yards. It's third and two.
Mhm.
What I'm gonna do? If I got a good tight end, if I got a good running game, I can run it again. Hell, if it's fourth and one, depends on what side of the field we own. We own their side of the 50. Say we at their 45, and it's fourth and one. I can run the ball, but I have to have that confidence. CJ have been put in positions where the play calling was so predictable and the defense knew what was coming. So I think a lot of that's going to change with the offensive line and what we brought in. So Nick have struck out on drafting offensive line. And so, like you said, Nitty, he tried last year, he brought in so many offensive line. It was like, oh, well, only two of them, they stuck with us. That's Big Boy at the right tackle. Um, and then you got Ingram.
Yep.
And so now this year he went out and got three. So
Mhm.
now when we go into the draft and we draft offensive linemen, we're not depending on them to be. And shout out to my boy Patton. Patton was the first one to say that Erskine was going to start, and he wasn't going to start at right tackle. Patton said he was going to start at left tackle. Patton also said he was going to be all pro. So I'm waiting for that to happen so he could, I could say that he was right. So Nick Casario hit on that, but he said that okay, for whatever reason, I wasn't hitting on the offensive line. So I'm finna go get some guys that have proven in the league. And so now when I go into the draft and I can go and get these other offensive linemen, I can platoon them in and get them ready because all the linemen we got, they're 29, 30, 31 years old. We're gonna
Mhm.
have to move on from them, but we don't have to use them in this Super Bowl window. We got guys that we can line up on the field right now and win. So when Larry says, let's be aggressive and let's go get playmakers, that's what he's talking about because these guys got a short shelf life and we have two contracts that we know we're going to have to pay. We still got Nico Collins. We still got Locksmith. We still got Kalen Bullock down the tunnel way back then. But
Mhm.
we have to win it right now. And so let's go and get playmakers. So the question that I wanted to bring back to Patton, I know I'm long winded, but Patton, what is your uh, what is your thoughts on Sadiq, and how would you think that he would fit in his offense? And the reason why I ask you this is because If Higgins make that second step, and if Collins is healthy, that's your 1 and 2. So if you have Montgomery and we get another running back, whether it's not Love, but if it's Price or if it's
Washington.
uh Washington, that means a guy that's so dynamic in Sadiq, he's your third or fourth option, even on the pass play. One missed tackle and he's gone. So what is your opinion about Sadiq?
Okay, so it's simple. um, and this is also all predicated off Seven returning to his natural form. Uh, Even if Seven is average, you know, it's still going to be good. But the thing with Sadiq, you put him in his offense, right? The way it's structured, the way it's tailored right now. 12 is 12. I expect Higgins to break out this year. I
Mhm.
expect Higgins to be actually, I hate to say it, but kind of teeter around being actually wide receiver one. You have
Mm.
Tank coming back, but because you have Higgins, that doesn't uh, put a lot of pressure on Tank to come out there and be the Tank of
Good
old.
point. Good point.
Ease him back in. Have him on snap count. You know,
Right.
let him get tackled a little bit. Let his body get readjusted to playing NFL football.
Okay.
Now, I'm working my way down to Sadiq. Now, Schultz is your tight end one. Schultz will not be here for the next 4 or 5 years. Okay,
Mhm.
you get a guy like Sadiq. You just signed Baltimore. You add Sadiq to that tight end room. You have a guy who can potentially not only be your um, tight end one going forward, but you got a guy who is also the complete package. We always complain about with Dawson Schultz that he's blocking. He's not a avid blocker. He drops so many meaningful passes. Going back to the first year in the Baltimore playoff game, dropping key passes. Too many times we as a fan base have complained about Dalton in key moments not showing up. I feel like with Sadiq, he's the closest thing you're going to get for as the tight end position being Vernon Davis esque. This guy's a willing blocker. He's a freak athlete. Can catch and turn up, miss tackles, break tackles, and how I want to say this. It's a saying I got from the old folks. It's not coming to me, but anyways, whatever. Oh yeah, believe you me, the guy has breakaway speed. Okay, now
Right.
you add him to the offense, right? And you see the Rams are running three tight ends, 13 personnel, three tight ends. We have, as an organization, we have never been able to run that. We've
Mm.
always had maybe one steady tight end, maybe two. The
Right.
closest we came to running that personnel was when we had um, Owen Daniels, Joel Dreesen, and James Casey.
Mm.
If you're a real Texan fan, you got to think back. That's the last time
Mm.
we were able to run that type of personnel,
And
right?
Casey was
Yeah.
looked at as a fullback, but he was a
Exactly.
Fullback,
tight end.
halfback. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was an
Yeah.
athlete, bro. He
Yeah.
was pure athlete that was misused poorly. But with Sadiq, though, man, you come in, he comes in. I'm speaking as if we already drafted him, right? He's instantly your tight end too, instantly, right? That gives Kaylee all types of since he's the tight end whisperer. That gives him somebody to work with to rely on. And hey, the quicker you get here, the match with CJ, get a familiarity with him. You know what I'm saying? Learns routes and shit like that. The better off he'll be. Now, I gotta say this because I championed my guy last year. Do not sleep on the GOAT. My guy's in hibernation. He hearing what y'all saying, and he just waiting to show y'all.
How many tight ends you think we run this year? I mean, how many we think we gonna carry?
Keep on the roster, four. I would say four.
So here's the thing, though, and I know he's not promised a spot, but Killer Cal love the underdog. Man, I just really can see. Hey, Larry, stop it, bro.
Don't do
Larry,
it.
Larry, Larry, stop it. I need you to stop right now. Man, I could see an offense, man, that we lined up Sadiq and Brevin Jordan on the field at the same time. Hey, pick your head up when I'm talking to you, man.
Hey,
Man, do you know how crazy that would be, man?
hey, shout out Stresses, man. I heard Stresses even say that, and I don't normally hear Stresses talking bad about not too many Texas players, but he said, man, it might be time. Like he said, this playtime's over with Brevin Jordan, man. He say it's
But
time
see,
to
okay,
let the
so we
players
can feel
see
that
how
we can feel that way.
they
But see, here's the thing about Nick Casario.
You
You're
babysitting
not.
Cal is what I'm trying to say.
But see, here's my thing about Nick Casario. You're not done until Nick say you're done.
Yeah.
Nick is going to ride it all the way through. He's like Kenyon. Okay, Kenyon, you're done. Damon Pierce, you're done. But if Nick drafted you, Nick is going to see something in you and say, "Hey, you just going to have to like Brevin is going to have to be uh, just not one of the best." And if what Patton says, if the GOAT comes back, we got the other tight end that we just signed,
Hold on, y'all. We
and
got to tell them who the GOAT is for people who don't know, because some people might be
okay.
like, who is the GOAT?
Man, Luke Lachey. Are you serious?
And Luke Latchy, aka for y'all, some people call him Luke Latchy, but you know.
I think Luke Lachey he has a role in this offense, coming from a good tight end scheme. He's a big body, willing blocker. He's not
Mm,
fast. He's not athletic, but I think that in this scheme, when you have the wide receivers that we have, and you have a good running attack, and you don't have to put Fisher out there, there's nothing to go out and you don't know when you got Fisher out there, it's a running play.
Of
When you got
course.
Yeah.
Luke Lachey and he's a willing blocker, and he can hold up, there's sometimes that he can just make his block and go out and go into the south side of the zone and make a catch. So I'm not willing to give up on him. They saw something in him to draft him, and they just gonna
Killer,
have to prove me. Yeah, go ahead.
Killer and Patton, I got a question. This for you too, Doc, because I seen you just put up the guard from Penn State.
You know.
Um, the
Mm.
I've been seeing something, and I haven't looked into it. I haven't done any research, but I know y'all have, and that's why I'm asking y'all the question. The the linebacker that's supposed to be being looked at by the Saints, that the text that I think it was Stressens that were saying that would also be good on the Texans. I think he's from Illinois. Um, but they say he may go in
LNA.
late rounds. Um, how good is this player? And like, why is Stressens looking at him as being good as if he may go in later rounds? Or is
What's
this
the
some
player
guy
name?
that's I just know he's from Illinois, and the Saints brought him in for a workout.
I
Mhm.
don't have him in the top 25 on the NFL
Yeah,
website.
they say he's gonna go in lower rounds, but I seen there we go again highlights of him, and he's like a guy that's done played all three positions. He's played center, he's played right guard, left guard.
Oh, you talking about offensive line? I thought you said linebacker.
No,
You
no,
did
no,
say
my bad. If I did, my bad. Yeah, Josh Gesky,
Yeah.
Brandon said it. Yeah,
Mhm.
is he good? Or he's a
Hadn't
project?
hadn't heard of him.
Yeah, see, and that's wild that the Saints. The reason I got concerned because I know the Saints are way ahead of us, and they were saying that the Saints have already like I think they brought him in for a workout or did a extended workout at the Illinois Pro Day or something probably, and it just made me think like if he's on the Texans radar and then you got the Saints way up there, like is somebody to be worried about? You know what I'm saying? Like is could he be there? But I think he could be there because they say he's going to go in later rounds, so maybe he's a
Yeah.
project.
I mean, the late rounds is
I'm gonna
always
say
because
that
we got additional picks. If that's something that's on our board, we have to look at,
Brandon said the
if
Broncos brought him in too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's
that's
getting a lot
that's
of, you
the
know what I'm saying?
same front office. Pretty much the Saints, Sean Payton doing everything they doing at the Saints, but that gentleman does not show up on the NFL list of guards, which means he may have not been invited to the combine, which doesn't mean he won't get drafted, but
Mm,
means he is probably projected to be a UFA,
yeah.
undrafted free agent.
So yeah, it's nothing to get excited about, really. No, I just wanted to make sure. I know. If
He
anybody,
also has a visit with us as well.
whoa. So I mean,
You know, the thing about it is when certain teams make designate players as to come and visit, they may not have been on your board. Not that they didn't scout them, but they start to look at like, okay, so what did they see in this guy? And so
okay.
that's when you start to show your hand. It's like, hey, let's take a deeper look at it. Because you might have somebody in Kaylee might be in that room, like saying, like, hey, this is the guy that we can probably sneak in if we got because Nick keeps 7 round picks and he keep those 7 round picks to parlay those up to, fourth and fifth. Like he'll trade up a fourth round pick and he'll add a seventh onto it. So every time that Nick makes a trade and they say, oh, well, Nick traded this and he got 2 additional 7 rounds, people look at it like, oh, a 7 round picks don't mean nothing. But it may be one of those times that somebody that's going to fall to an undrafted free agent. And it's like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and just kick the tires on this guy. So when other teams start to bring him in, you have other teams looking at it like, okay, so what did they see that we missed? And they'll go back and look at the film, and it's like, okay, well, hey, let's bring him in. Let's see what did we miss that they're looking at to bring him in at one
Hey,
of their top 30s, you know.
if I was a team, I
Yeah,
would want to do that in
that's
secrecy.
kind of
But
lazy to me. That's lazy.
You only got 30 players to bring in, Larry.
Yeah, but your scout should already had details on that. You shouldn't be following the leader if a couple of other teams got him on your list.
If
Now, there
I
could be
if I
some
have a
extreme.
30, if I have a 30 list and I know who's my top 30, and I talk to, Frank and D'Amico and all, I talk to, okay, this is our 30. And it's like, hey man, it's 7 teams is bringing in this guy that was on our board that he was ranked like 45. Like we scouted him, we went to his pro day, and it's something that we didn't see. But we got 6, 7 other teams, and linemen are hard to come by. So I'm like, hey guys, what are we missing that so it may be lazy, but it brought up my awareness
it's
to
definitely a
say,
good strategy, though. It's definitely
right,
good strategy.
like, what did I see? Because if you brought him in as a 30 and I didn't, we had him ranked at 45. Y'all bringing him in as one of the top 30. Okay, so we had to miss something. Let's go back and look at the film. Tell me
Or at
something
least
that,
just go make sure that we didn't, because this could be a
Yeah,
smoke
and
screen too. This could be a smoke screen. Y'all might be bringing this guy in just to make it seem like this, and y'all
no,
really
but see, you don't gamble on the top 30. You only bring in 30 players. So you're not gambling on, I'm not gonna say, well, hey man, we're gonna bring in this lower late round undrafted free agent and we just gonna, make somebody else miss because it's somebody in the 7th round that we want to get. No, it's like we saw his film, we saw his pro day. He didn't get invited to the combines, but we just want to see him up close and we want to talk to him and put on the film and see how does he recognize this, his athleticism, and we could see him up close one on one with our coaching staff. And it's like, oh, okay, man, we might have something, you know.
yeah, that's a good point. The other factor is he wasn't invited to the combine, so they may have not had a chance to him participating in the All-Star games. He may have been recovering from an injury, all those
Right,
kind of things where they needed to get a medical examination as well.
right.
So
So
uh,
he didn't go to the to the combine, but he turned heads at his pro day. That's what got him on everybody's radar. Um, just looking him up real quick when y'all was talking about it. Uh, he had a what I would call an okay productive year. You can't get caught up in a lot of things that people say about Lonnie when they say he didn't give up a sack in so many years. He only gave up 2 pressures. This guy gave up 1 sack and 12 pressures last year at 459 snaps, pass and block snaps, which is pretty good. Now he gets overlooked because of the program he's at. Illinois is not a a program where they pump out elite players every so often. You get a player here, a player there, i.e. Jake Hansen, i.e. Whitney Merciless. Donovan McNabb came from Illinois. Oh, I'm sorry, Syracuse. It's wrong school. But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, you got programs like that, every so often you get a player here and a player there. That's probably why he been overlooked. And on top of that, this is an elite draft for guys in his position. So it's easily to overlook a guy is potentially good versus a guy that you can plug and play day one.
No, those are all excellent points. Speaking of programs, I would take all 5 of the Iowa linemen over anybody that comes
I've
from.
been saying that since last year.
Somebody had said online, like, just get the coach and just bring the whole line to the Texans. Just
Well,
draft all.
we got the coach's son already. He's the new tight end coach. So just give me all 5 of their linemen and see what we got.
I want to address Mellow Mike real quick. He had he commented, asked me something. Here we go.
Yeah, he actually question about the oh, my bad. You popped it up.
Let's go. Excuse me. So, Mike, I think you got here a little late, but we started the conversation of the show with this topic right here. Just to answer your question, though, Anthony Hill, he's the best linebacker out of these guys you're naming. I'm not really fond of Galladay from Cincinnati. I mean, he's better than Rodriguez. I feel like when it comes to NFL comp or coming into the league, but the thing with Hill, as I was saying earlier, with his D'Amico dust, he could be our next potential Ray Lewis, and that's the Hill I'm a down. I strongly feel that way about that young man, especially after today watching what I watched, comparing between him, Harold, and Hill, Harold, and Harold Perkins Jr. from LSU, and
he top 10 though, Patton. You think he top 10 in the draft?
Who?
The Anthony Hill.
No, of course not. No. The days
he's
of
talking about skill set. Yeah, he's talking about skill set.
Yeah, the days of the off-ball linebacker being in the top 10 are gone. You will never see a linebacker in this age, the way the game's played now, going to top 10. The last linebacker that got drafted at high, if I was not mistaken, would be Aaron Curry from Wake Forest to Seattle.
Yeah, he was top 5. But
he was a freak of nature.
Sonny Styles going to go top 10.
Okay, so Sonny Styles, he is an athlete. He's a guy, I would compare him to Harold Perkins to a degree, because I feel like both those guys don't really have a position. They are positionless. You just put them on. He's your athlete. In college, you have an athlete, the guy who can play both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. That's what those guys are. Granted, they're defensive players. As far as with Sonny Styles go, it just depends on what team he goes to. The perfect fit for him, in my personal opinion, would be Seattle. He can play off-ball linebacker. He can play your nickel. He can play strong safety. Like, he's a premium athlete. Like, don't really have too many holes in his game. He's going to have to pick up a little bit of weight coming into the league, though, because the offensive lineman in the NFL get a hand on you, might wash him away. But he's a guy that I feel like in the right system, I hope he don't go to the Jets. God, I hope he don't go to the Jets. He goes to the Jets, it's a wrap.
Is he an edge or a middle linebacker?
That's the thing. My personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. He's a positionless player, which means you can put him in a lot of places.
He's the hold on. What's the guy that was with the Patriots? Adelius. I know. Yeah. Hey, somebody got to know his name. Adelius Thomas. Y'all remember him?
The linebacker in tackle.
Yeah, the linebacker. He was everything. They would put him everywhere.
He came from Baltimore. Yeah, number 96. I remember him.
Yeah. When he was with the Patriots,
that's perfect. That's a perfect comparison, but it's not, because those guys are weight sizes night and day. Like, you also got to think about it too. The game was played differently back then. You had real off-ball linebackers that would knock your head off. These guys ain't no bigger than the guy you see on the street playing linebacker. They're really athletes.
It depends on what kind of scheme, like Patton said. I mean, he's got the ability like a Urlacher if he gets in the Raiders.
Yeah.
How tall is Roquan Smith?
Huh?
How, how tall is Roquan Smith?
Six one maybe.
6'1", 6'1",
Yeah,
6'2".
so you right, Patton. Like, damn, these linebackers are short as hell.
Oh,
Hey, my
Melo
bad
Mike, real
ass
quick.
Shire, because that might be what I'm tripping on. I haven't realized the transition yet. Maybe this is just what it is at linebacker now.
Hey, Melo Mike just brought up we're gonna dominate first. Yeah, Caleb Downs. Yes, Sonny Styles if he's in the right system. Reese is not who you think he's gonna be, and McDonald. I don't know. He has. They keep saying about his short arms, like arms too small or some shit like this, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't
Another
like
guy.
him. I don't like McDonald at all. The Texans are mocked a lot for him.
In the beginning, in the beginning
I
there
don't
was.
I don't like a one down short yardage player, two downs
Yeah,
at the most.
Oh, he's a
I
defensive tackle?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him as fit for the
Oh, he's like
Texans.
Jordan then.
They got Reese projected to go to the Jets. Like, I'm just gonna put it like this, man. Whoever the Jets draft, I feel sorry for you ahead of time, bro. Like,
Even with the coach out there?
I like Aaron
Even with
Glenn.
Glenn?
Hey, hold on.
No,
I like
I
Aaron
think
Glenn.
what the Jets are doing, they're trying to build the core before because
Yeah,
the Jets are going to draft, but they're not trying to win. This is what I'm hoping that doesn't happen to Aaron Glenn. That when he had a terrible year, and I won't even put that on Aaron Glenn. That's how the team was formed. So this year, you gutted the team, Sauce Gardner, and all these other players. So you go into this draft, you got 2 first-round picks. Go ahead and bring these guys in. And this is the one thing that I argue the most about Nick Casario. I always said Nick Casario, his first 2 years, I'm gonna continue to throw that shit up out of the door. So I hope that they don't get a very good draft and then that next year, they're tanking this year too. And everybody wants the quarterback from they want the Manning guy. I hope that you don't turn around and just draft Manning and Manning has a subpar year and you just get rid of Aaron because we've seen so many coaches and they've been black coaches that have been the figurehead to rebuild your franchise. And once they start to get good, you move on from them. And then you go with the prodigy and bring them in. And then they start winning. And it's like, oh, yeah, the prodigy, he was a better coach than Aaron Glenn, but Aaron Glenn didn't have any talent. So that's what I think the Jets is going to go and try to build that team. Aaron Glenn is on the defensive side, so he's a defensive minded guy. And you want to build that defense up, and then you want to get your trenches on the offense and the defensive line, and then you get your quarterback, and then you take it from there. Because then they resign the running back, right?
yeah. I think they
Franchise.
franchise
Right.
tagged him.
Yeah. So I mean, so you considering bringing him back? You brought him in top 5 salary, so you consider, and he's a young guy. So if you banking to tank and you get the Manning guy, then you can start from there. I just don't want you to take this guy 3 years and his record is going to say that he was, 5 and whatever, and he never get an opportunity to coach again because we already know that black coaches don't get 2 and 3 opportunities.
So
See, the
basically,
thing
So
you're
about
that's
saying just hope
football,
that he don't get Mark Jackson in so many
it
ways.
starts with the football.
That's what happened
yeah. I
in
mean,
Golden State
hey,
against
I done told you. Quit talking about my uncle like that. I done told you, Pat. And I'm gonna have to come see
He
you, bro.
he be only biting the tongue.
I'm gonna have to come and see you on that. Hey, when you driving down that bus stop and you see me and I'm getting on your bus, I ain't coming to say hello. I'm telling you, hey, you talked about my uncle one last time. Come talk to me, bro. I'm
Hey
just
Kevin,
saying.
your uncle got $24 million.
Hey, I'm happy for him.
so
I
efficient. He
didn't.
is
You know
balling.
what? I'm gonna say it again. I just didn't like the disrespect that people in this town that has never played a down of football but
It's not
sit
gonna be a
behind a
problem.
microphone and wanted to make him seem like he was a buffoon and he spent 27 years in the league.
I wish I never
I'm
could.
not gonna I'm never gonna side with that. So shout out to
Ever.
David Culley. I'm glad you to retire. You with your family. I mean, you've been an honorable guy in the NFL. You part of the Shield. Shout
Yeah,
out to you.
he goes down in Texans history, y'all. Like, no matter how we look at it, when you look at the pantheon of Texans coaches, he's a part of our history, man. So, I rock with him. As much as respect that I have for Lovey, I have for him.
Oh, love
We
it.
gonna always hold his name up high, but we gonna
Hey,
always know that the game of football starts.
hey, real
Nitty,
quick.
I'm gonna have to come and see you too, bro.
Hey,
Real quick, man. Space Age said Warren Sapp and Aaron Donald had short arms.
Hey,
Is it
bro,
true?
shout out to Stress. Hey, stop playing with Cal. Y'all better
hey,
listen to Stress.
hey. So what you said though, Patton?
Space Age talking about Aaron Donald and Warren Sapp had short arms. These are two guys that are the anomalies. McDonald has nowhere near in their atmosphere of being a player in the league. My
No.
personal opinion.
Oh, you
Man,
know what? That's good to say. Go ahead. You know, Space Age was
McDonald has a lot of tackle for loss behind the line of scrimmage. I'm telling you, you put McDonald next to Toro and you got Daniil and Will, and you don't have them on the wide. Now, this is what I keep saying, man. I keep telling people that and we was having a conversation. I think Larry was in the space. They run the wide nine, but sometimes you don't have to run the wide nine consistently. If they're playing outside shoulder containment, that means they're playing off of the tackle, whether it's the weak side, strong side. So that's outside of the five technique. So you're playing
Mhm.
off the five and off the tight end, off the seven. Will
Mhm.
and Daniil is strong and powerful that they don't have to see when you play wide nine, go back and look at the film. You play wide nine, these guys have to take 5 to 7 steps before they make first contact. They first hand movement have to be so precise to get rid of that tackle or the tight end to get to the quarterback. But they're so great at protecting the edges in the run. If you had defensive tackles in the middle that can push that middle and they're going to push you straight to Will and Daniil, it's going to be real quick before they get the sacks. So when you talk about McDonald in this defense will be great because I don't care if he is a two down lineman. D'Amico, he rotates his linemen, but the key down is first down anyway because every team want to run it on first down. So my thing is, if you got McDonald and you have Togiai, both of those guys are just like stumps. They tree stumps. You're not moving them. So you're not running in the middle. You're not, and you got Will and Daniil on the edges. It's gonna be 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8 every single time. The
Mm.
linebacker's gonna have a chance to roam because when you got two guys in the middle, that means those guards are not coming out to get these linebackers. Aziz is 229, 231. Aaron Torto is like 233, and Speed is like 235. Once a guard get a hold of them, they can do what they want to do. But if you have a line that can shield them, the linebackers can roam.
yeah.
So
I
don't
believe
don't
you
don't
brought
don't
that up
sleep on
before.
McDonald. Do not sleep
We
on
already
McDonald.
agreed. We already
That's a
agreed. We trading
great
up.
analogy.
We all agree we trading up. Fuck them picks.
Hey, we at that point of the show, y'all, where all everything goes. And like I said, man, I'm all for it, man. We gotta appreciate stressings, man, but we gotta
Shout out to
have
Stressons, man.
people in here right now. We got like 77 people. We like to welcome y'all to the Texans on 3 podcast show. Man, we do this every Wednesday and Saturday. Hey, subscribe, man, so you can, get notified of when we on here. Um, we talk a lot about it. I mean, a lot about Texas things and stuff like that. A lot of y'all that's coming in, like I say, subscribe and make sure that y'all check us out, man. This is what we do. It's always oh yeah, man. Hey, look, bro, we miss y'all. I mean, we miss you too, bro. Like we talk about you all the time, man. We always bringing up the different. We brought you up on the show earlier. I was talking about the guy that you
Hey,
was showing from Illinois. The I think his
hey,
name is
but you know what? Hey, you know what I can say about Stressens, man? Uh, Stressens, he got it out the mud, and
Straight
as he continued to ascend, guess what he continued to do? He come back and reach back.
every time. He never
So
changed.
I
You know when they say
never,
he
never,
never
never
changed,
changed.
bro, never
Right.
changed, man, and we
Shout
appreciate
out.
you for that.
Shout out. He had an excellent interview with Stephen Holder from that covers the Colts here recently. That was excellent work there, stressing.
No,
I
most
want to
definitely.
just go back to the draft question. We spend a lot of time talking about our O line, talking about our D line. Those things are priority, absolutely. Our quarterback has a confidence problem. The O line is a part of solving that for him. But I'm going back to running game, weaponry that needs to take this offense to another level. We all expect Nick Caley to do better than he did last year, but it's all about having Jimmys and Joes rather than the X's and O's. We need more playmakers on the field and not on the sideline watching the game. They need to be
Agree.
out there playing.
Yeah.
And even though I dislike this offensive scheme,
Hmm.
I pull for this team to do everything they can to score more points. And
Hmm.
David Montgomery is a solid addition. I give him a solid double on adding Montgomery to the team, but I need a home run. Give me a home run hitter. Uh, like our old
Montgomery's gonna
buddy
surprise a lot of y'all this year.
Chris Royal, rest in
Oh man,
peace.
I'm team
I
Montgomery
don't want
all
any
day.
mediocrity.
I think Montgomery. I don't know if he's ever been RB1 before. I think he was in before he
Chicago, he
Chicago.
was.
yeah. But hey, I think him being I think the way they say he's getting worked up for this season and at the and chomping at the bit for the opportunity to prove himself. And you got to think about it. Coming from a place where you were behind a running back, I don't care if it was Gibbs or whoever it was, but you're behind, you're RB2. You're always trying to prove yourself, right? So you come to a team where you have an absolute opportunity to be RB1. Bro is working out right now in his sleep. If he sleeps somewhere, bro probably got some ankle weights on. Bro is working out right now. And I believe that
Bruh.
with that kind of want to and drive, and you come into the season, and if this line, and hey, I'm with Space Age because he said this earlier. I want to make it clear. I still think this team has a lot to prove. I'm not going into this season like I did last year. Y'all know last year, man, I was team, hey, we going to the championship game. We going to the Super Bowl. This is how I
Yeah.
felt last year. And look, y'all, I've said this before. This the funny part, right? I've literally said the words that I'm saying right now, and by the time week 3 come, I'm talking about, oh, we going to Super Bowl. Hey, I'm gonna do my best this year to be. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna hold my temperament, and I'm gonna say right now that the Texans need to prove it to us, not just me, but to us as fans. Like we have to make sure that these picks that because this happens every year. Because I don't care. Last year when Tomlinson got signed, y'all was happy. Y'all thought it was a different culture for to be on the offensive line. We all said it. We was like, oh, they got rid of Larry Tunsil and they done brought in Cam Robinson and they done brought in such and such. Man, we all thought that line was gonna be super, super improved, and it wasn't. So let's hold off. Let's talk about the highlights there because I'm telling y'all, one of my favorites that
Hey,
I brought up
let
earlier
me
is
ask,
number
Nitty, let me ask you something.
8. Mhm.
How many sacks did we give up last year?
23.
Less than we did the year before.
So that
It was an
line wasn't
improvement.
even. Yeah, it was a great improvement. So if we think that the line wasn't as great, and it's the first year with Popovich, and we got three veterans and possibly some coming out of the draft. Offensive line even shouldn't be a topic of discussion. And this is not toward you, but it is to the fans. We gave up 23 sacks. We played 17 regular season games and two games in the playoffs. So I know they don't count the sacks in the playoffs. I don't know what CJ did in the playoffs.
No, don't call
But
no stats in the playoffs.
So who
what I'm
fought worse?
saying,
Because that's what I want you to get to. I know what you
no,
about.
it's the cumulative. It's cumulative. It's
I thought you was about to
because
say the QB when you said QB.
it's because the running attack it wasn't what it was
Bud
supposed to
Boyd.
be. Woody Marks was your fourth string running back coming into the season. He was the fourth string running back. Uh, you didn't have Nico. He went out on injury. You had Dalton Schultz going out in the first quarter. So it's a of course you didn't have Tank Dell. My thing is, if you come back and you rectify that line and you build on that line that what we had last year that gave up 23 sacks, could that line be better? I mean, the game was not played on paper, but I'm gonna say, yeah, I think the line can be better. I think Montgomery is going to give you the same type of energy, and I know people disagree, but he's going to give you the same type of energy that Joe Mixon gave. Joe Mixon had went from a Cincinnati team that had Burrow and had Chase, and he was the third fiddle. And Cincinnati was like, "Hey, we willing to move on from you," and they was going to cut him. And the Texans was like, "Nah, don't cut him. We'll send you what was it a
Second,
seventh
second
seventh
round
And that
pick.
boy cooking, man. I had to put the mid on. Killer, I
Hey,
had to put the mid on, bro. You cooking, man. You
so
cooking,
this
bro.
boy came here with an attitude. So you don't think that like Montgomery looked at Jamar Gibbs like, hey, bro, I know you good. You running like a 3.940. Yeah, I understand all that, but I'm still at one. So I'm gonna share some carrots with you, but I don't believe in sharing this backfield. Texans say, hey man, come on over here with us. We're gonna give you an opportunity. But we're not gonna guarantee you that you're just gonna be running back number one because we are gonna go into the draft. Hey, look at your birth certificate. What do it say? 29. Okay, so that means, we're gonna have to make some moves. So we're gonna bring somebody in, but we're gonna give you the opportunity coming into the year. You're gonna be running back number one. All he got to do is just show and prove. So the same hunger that Mixon had of a team that gave up on him, Montgomery's coming the same way. Like, hey, I could have done this. Like, we was a Super Bowl caliber team in Detroit. I'm looking at this team. They got a defense just like Detroit had. They got a quarterback. They got wide receivers. I think the only thing that was missing when we was at home watching football and I was watching the Texans, Montgomery was saying, shit, if I was running that ball, man, we would have won against New England. If Montgomery is probably thinking, hell, if I was playing on that team, he probably would have been in the Super Bowl. So I like the mindset of a guy like that because he's a hard nosed runner. He has the nose for the end zone. And I just think that it's just going to be one of those years for him.
And can I chime in just a little bit?
Yeah.
Um, our brother Patterson, our brother Jake Andrews got whipped so bad in New England that nobody was going to be running anything. We have to have better players up front, which I think what Casario's done is a good start. We have to add more in the draft, but we have to be real about what we have up front and what we got in the backfield. Montgomery's going to be a nice addition, but we need more.
Yeah,
This
we
dude,
do.
That's a key point right here, Mello, mate.
he might have had all that smoke that he wanted to say, but he was saying it from the sideline, watching Jameer Gibbs go get 1,400 yards. That's what he was doing, watching the better player on the field. So
And what
that's
Montgomery ended up with about seven,
Man,
800
Montgomery
yards.
had a
That
great
was
year last year, Doc. You
Yeah.
didn't see that?
800,
What do you
207
what do you
yards.
yeah, so as a second tier, so name me five second tier running backs that had the numbers that he had.
You
I
can't.
don't need to name you any. Montgomery is a solid back, but nobody's game planning to stop David Montgomery. He's still gonna be like the third or fourth running back in our division. We need somebody where you stop and shaking your boots so we can run the
Actually,
ball 35 games.
he will be the number 2 running back in our division. ETN is gone. Tennessee don't have nothing, and Indy
You
has
got
Jonathan
Taylor.
Taylor. Yeah,
You
so
got Taylor.
he'll be number
Tennessee,
2.
Tennessee is probably gonna take love in front of everybody. But
We
I'm just
know
saying
Tennessee don't.
my
Everybody go to Tennessee, you go to Tennessee to die. So God
my
bless
Well,
bigger
them.
point.
if Love goes to Tennessee and Montgomery get the same amount of carries that he has, Montgomery's gonna have more yards than Love.
My bigger point is that
Ooh.
Montgomery is a good player, but he is not
Well, that
a
was
great
hot.
player. We need a
The-
great player added to this offense to help out a great player in Nico Collins, and we need a great tight end to come in and do better than a good player like Dalton Schultz. We still don't have enough. Those guys are good, but
Mhm.
they're not good enough to put us over the top. We keep talking about not getting past the second round of the playoffs because we ain't got enough Jimmys and Joes. We got guys that are just good enough. We need guys that can put the team on their back and take us to the promised land. We can't just be saying we got a collective of guys that's gonna get us there. We need some alphas that's gonna demand that we get there.
I believe he's the guy.
I want to say
Only,
this.
only time will
No,
tell.
go,
But
go ahead, Pat. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just commenting on what Doctor was saying. Uh, I believe he's the guy. He will be the voice of the offense for us as Mixon was. You also got a guy that's going to be the voice of the offensive line and Tiller. Like you're going to see, it's going to be so many guys pushing the narrative to, hey, we are them. Y'all not fucking with us. That it's going to make CJ grow some nuts.
They dropped
Guess who's gonna be the voice of that wide receiver room?
Tank
The little
Dell.
man,
Tank Dell.
the little man.
Tank Dell.
Yeah.
So you
So
you gonna have some voices out there that CJ
he can't fail this year.
like CJ is not as they was talking about in spaces. CJ is not an alpha male.
Of course not.
And that's not a bad thing. You know, alpha and beta, like some guys are leaders by voice and action. Some guys, okay, put it like this. Andre Johnson never said anything, and JJ Watt was in the middle of the huddle, hyping him up. Who's the greatest Tex? My personal opinion.
Hold on.
I'm gonna go
Top
with
45. Who number one? JJ or Andre for you?
I go with Andre.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
Andre.
I go with Andre.
I got JJ.
Andre came out of the mud like when we was nothing.
Of
And
course.
Andre, his second year from on, like he was like you looked at him and he was like,
He had a
okay,
good first year too.
It was
he
our
had a
first time.
decent, yeah. So
It was
what
our
I'm
first
saying
time.
is Andre Johnson never had to say anything. Like certain guys don't have to be the rah-rah guy.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, when you had the Houston Rockets back in 93, 94, Akeem didn't do a lot of talking. You had Vernon Maxwell and all those other guys.
Akeem
So
was talking.
sometimes
Wait, are you comparing
Akeem had a few
these type
words.
of players to David Montgomery?
No, what I'm
Is that what
saying
you're saying?
is no. But okay. So in Cincinnati, we never seen Joe Mixon a rah rah guy. We never seen that. He came to the Texans and he was a rah rah guy. He was on the sideline and they would run a play and the play didn't work and he'll turn straight to the offensive coordinator. Was like, "Shit, I told you the shit wasn't gonna work." Like he was very demonstrative in his action. He let it shown. when CJ was fucking up, he would turn around and look at CJ like, "Hey, man, get your head in the game." Like sometimes you need that. And people's looking at Tunsil. Man, Tunsil, you the highest paid lineman and whatever. And Tunsil was never going to speak up. Man, Tunsil, he come to the practice, he practiced. When he injured, he's not out there with the other players. He's not like some players are just not that. They just gonna come in, punch the time clock. I work from 8 to 5. 5 o'clock, I'm gone.
Yeah, and the only thing they're gonna say is I did my job correctly. I
I
don't
did
care
my
about what
job.
y'all did. Did
Exactly.
I do my job right? Did I do mine right? Okay.
Montgomery have shown me just from what I've seen, like he's willing to take their responsibility. Like, hey, I don't mind. I like what why Taylor said the most to me. He said, "Man, I'm coming to change the offensive line room. Like we finna get nasty. You're not finna touch my quarterback." So when I hear that, I'm hoping that it shows on the field, and you can look at Ursery like, "Hey, man, get your head up out your ass, man. Come on, let's do this."
I,
Sometimes you
I
just need that.
I just want to make one final point on David Montgomery. I'm glad he's a Texan, but I'm not satisfied he's a Texan. The gentleman
Mm.
had the best year of his career, 1,000 yards in Detroit, and he got 13 touchdowns or more. What did Detroit do? They went in the top 10 and drafted an elite running back to take them to the next level.
Why
That's
not?
all I'm saying is that David Montgomery's a fine back, but he don't scare anybody. We need more on this offense to take it to the next level.
You ain't gotta be scared of me. You gotta respect me. Because when we get in that red zone, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna find the end zone. That's what David Montgomery can do.
We hope so, but we got to get from the 35 all the way down there.
Oh man, Fairbairn is one of the best kickers in the league, so we gonna get there.
He's our
So
best offensive player right now.
so now we just had a problem just pushing it in. So my thing is,
Oh,
I think David Montgomery, hey, push it in. David
Good
Montgomery is
corner,
gonna be like inside the
corner.
10-yard line, bro. I'm telling you, between Higgins and Collins, oh, they're gonna be red zone threat. And then you're gonna have to respect Montgomery inside of that 10 and that 5.
that's where he
So
shines, bro. Bro is up there with running. I mean, his touchdown ratio has been more than that was one of the stats that the first one that was eye opening to me is that he has more touchdowns in the last couple of years than the Texans whole team.
whole team.
Any that not just the whole team, but anybody that's ever I mean thought
The
about
whole running back
about
the
running
whole
across
running
the
back
goal line.
room.
Yeah, the whole running back room, the
Right.
wide receivers, like everybody. So it's like I don't know, man. It's I definitely I'm pro Montgomery. I think that this year is his year. So you got to think about it, right? We think about running backs coming in or players coming in and we think of the longevity of their career, but we have to think about what gives people the want to at that moment. It's just like a block. Like you gotta want to block. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah.
that, Montgomery being 29 years old, I think his age plays into how hard he's gonna play this season. He knows that he doesn't have a lot of time left on the field. And I
Hey
think
Nitty, guess what, Nitty?
what
He ain't gotta worry about earning a contract.
yeah, he's literally gonna leave it on the field,
Um,
bro.
He's coming to play football. He's just coming to play football, bro.
Yeah.
He's coming to
He
play.
said
He said, man, in the off season, preseason, I think it was off season or something. He said, man, we practice against the Texans. And he said, man, I always respected their defense because when we played them, they were one of the hardest defensive play teams that we played against. And he
Mhm.
said, I've always respected D'Amico. And he said, I always, man, this
He
players
wanted to play.
players
He
speak.
wanted to play for,
When you have players that want to come and play for your organization, like a Wyatt Teller like them, like you have to take that into consideration. It's like, bro, I know what I can do, and I want to contribute to what y'all already have. So I think it's gonna be a great opportunity for Montgomery to show.
Yeah, he will, and I believe that in the short run scheme, like what I've seen in Detroit, he didn't need a whole lot of blocking. He just needed you to hold your man and let him do what he does. I want to say this real quick. A comparison. I really hate that I don't know the guy's name, but there's a guy, and I'm pretty sure all of us out here in Texans land, we know who he is. He's a guy who he's a Detroit Lions fan, but he actually does a Texan show. I don't know if y'all came across him.
I came across him. I haven't came across him
Yeah,
in a while.
yeah, I haven't seen him. He
I
try
used to see
shows
him
every
all the
once in a
time.
while. Whenever we make a big
Yeah,
trade or a big pick, he has
yeah.
the Nico Collins. You can tell that he's a Nico Collins fan, and that's probably why he
Hmm.
Texans. But I think it's very I think it's interesting, right? That y'all know I always look at the deep part of things. I think it's interesting that he talks about the Detroit Lions and the Texans, and there is like these teams are very much alike. They're
Mm,
the way that that they've been put together, the way that they got a head coach that came in and like sparked the team. You know what I'm saying? I think that the way that they're defensive minded. When Aaron was, I think that they're like they're similar to us, and this is the part that I really
mm.
wanted to compare, and I really wanted to start off with you on this one, Patton. What do you think about the quarterback situation, right? Do you, and I've asked this question on this show before, uh, do you think that the Detroit has a better quarterback than us? Like, who would you rather have on your team? Would you rather have CJ or would you rather have the Detroit quarterback? I can't even
Jared
say it.
Goff.
Jared Goff.
I
Jared.
know it's Jared Goff, but it's hard to say it's Jared Goff better than CJ. But is he right now? Would y'all say they even?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say what Goff has proven. His resume is better than CJ. Do I
Is he?
think CJ? Yeah, no, his resume is better than CJ's. Like this, it
Oh,
is.
I thought you said CJ's resume was better than Jared
No,
Goff's.
no, no. Goff's resume
Okay.
is better.
Yeah, there you
But
go. All
do but do I think CJ has what it takes? Until CJ is not a Texan, then I'm gonna be like, no. But I think that the opportunity for CJ to be a great quarterback is still there.
Yeah, it's still there,
Be-
of course.
Because he's going to his fourth year. But right now, if we looking at it like, no, Jared Goff he's done more.
But don't y'all feel the same like when you watching it? Because I catch a lot of Detroit games, right? Don't you kind of feel the same when the offense takes the field, like when the Texans take the field? Like, I don't feel a difference. Like, I feel like if you interchange those quarterbacks, you get the same results. Like,
No.
No, no. In situations,
what?
he's done better. I'm gonna tell you another quarterback that's better than CJ right now. His resume is better. It's Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
The resume shows like you can't ignore the resume in the biggest games in the big game. So
Hey, we got
CJ has it.
206 people in here right now. I just wanted to shout that out. But go on
Hey,
here, Kim.
let's get up to 300. Um,
Swarming in here.
hey man, like bro, like your resume says what it is, bro. It is. Until CJ gets off into those playoff games and we get into a divisional round and we won a game because CJ put the team on his back. We go to an AFC championship game and it's neck and neck, and we playing against the Denver Broncos or the Chargers, whoever. And at the end of the game, it was CJ in a duel and he won out. And it's like, hey, he took his team down like his rookie year. I mean, that game against Tampa Bay, we had 5 touchdowns and 475 yards. That's when you saying, okay, this guy here, he's on his way. But we've been waiting for that type of CJ to show up again. But these other quarterbacks, they have that on their resume in the playoffs. So until CJ prove it, I can't say he's better than those guys, man. If you ask me, is CJ better than Dak Prescott? I'm gonna tell you no, because Dak got better numbers in the regular season. But do I want CJ over Dak? CJ have proven in the playoffs that he's better than Dak. So I mean, it kind of like you look at it and you have to just be honest with yourself. I'm not gonna be just a homer and say, no, CJ, yeah, he's no. CJ have to prove to me, and I know this is me talking, so I already know what the hell Patton gonna say. Shit.
I think he was supposed to be first.
Hey, hey, it's a killer on the road. Hey,
Solo assassin.
but I know that question kind of came from out of left field, but I just thought that the comparison between the Detroit and the whole thing, that it's a cup. And look, it's not only one guy from Detroit that does this. It's another one. I can't think of the other one, but I just find it peculiar that they actually do Texan shows. And
They are very, very similar quarterbacks. In fact, I would actually put their comparisons as each other. They both were pocket passers that have uh, decent arm strength, and they need to be in the right system. Jared Goff has had the luxury of playing for two offensive geniuses, and when he did not in his rookie year, or when his first year in Detroit, when um, what's our guy's name, the brother from the Chargers, goodness, Anthony Lynn was his OC. He struggled, but when Ben Johnson got in there, you saw what you see today. And last year is an indication of how much dependent he is on the play caller when the head coach and two other guys were calling the plays. Detroit was not the same. So when we dog CJ, we got to remember that he has not been set up for success. It's not an excuse, it's a fact that he has rookie, novice play callers that are not good at their position yet, and they're learning on the job. So CJ, along with the offensive coordinator, need more. And that's why I keep harping on the weapons. In this draft season, we're going to get him some more weapons. I don't care if we got a trade pick number 28 for Marvin Harrison Jr. We're going to get that man some more help.
hey, boy, man, that ain't bad right there, Doc. Hey, let's swarm on that one. I would take that deal in like that, lickety split.
And we'll sweeten it by throwing in Blake Fisher.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's a nice take right there, Doc. I did not think about that, but I think that would be good. What about Chris? Would you do that for Chris?
Which Chris?
Olave.
Yeah.
He ain't going
You
nowhere.
trade the 28 pick for Olave?
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
That boy say, hell yeah. I
he was
totally
number
agree.
10 or 12 in the first round. Yeah, I give up 28 for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chris just
I think he already got his extension.
They're working on it right now, but he has too many concussions for me. Real quick though, concussions.
Concussions. Oh, okay. I got you. Concussions.
Derek kept throwing him hospital balls, not getting him killed. Real quick though, shout out to John Hickman for what he does in Locked On Texans, but he sparked the conversation about top 25 Texans. As y'all know, I've been out on CJ for a while, and he just got to prove it to me, period. But does he make the top 25 Texans players of all time for his franchise? And if he does for you, what number do you put him?
CJ?
Yeah.
If we doing the count by like number one being the best, like Dre, and then 25 down here, I will say this, Patton. He has to go on there. Damn, that's crazy. He has to go on there, but you got to put him down there somewhere in the 20s.
Okay, I just jumped the gate. I put him on there, and I put him on there as 25.
I mean, if it's 25 and he going into his fourth year, not slap in the face
But who's better? Oh,
because,
this is a good question.
because other players that's on there in their fourth year, are they have they accomplished more than what CJ accomplished?
Killer, who you putting
Eh,
above CJ?
It's only Deshaun Watson.
No, not way up there. We know who the
Deshaun is
champ
number
is.
4 on
I'm
my
talking about
list.
if CJ is 25, who's 24?
Aaron
I would have
Glenn.
to go. I would have to go back and look at the list because you got. I
He said
mean,
Aaron Glenn.
I think Aaron Glenn would probably be like higher than that because he was probably one of the best cornerbacks that we had before we got Stingley.
Dante?
Like Aaron Glenn was like a cornerstone. Like he was pound for pound,
Y'all
a
wouldn't put
dude that
Dante in there though?
Mhm.
I
Dante
put
probably
Dante
been there.
Robinson for
But
sure.
I'm just saying, like Aaron Glenn, like he was like Aaron Glenn, another guy who got it out of the mud. Like I played against him in high school at Nimitz. He played running back at Nimitz. He had went to JUCO. He went to A&M. Like he had to get what he had to earn. But Aaron Glenn is a 5'8" cornerback. And he was a starting cornerback, like one of the best cornerbacks in the league when he played. 5'8" at cornerback playing on the outside, that was really hard. And
And
he
lock
came over here. Yeah, he came over here and he held it down. So I'm gonna put Aaron. I'm gonna put Aaron inside the top 20. I got to.
Mellow Mike say CJ ain't worked his way up there yet. He's in the 20s. So, Doc, who would you put
Mhm.
above CJ? And I'm not talking about way up in the top 10. I'm talking about just in the 20s range. It's only five
No,
20s in this
CJ
whole
in the top
thing.
I can
10.
give
Who
you
you
guys
putting
going to
above
20s.
CJ?
CJ in the top 10 right now because quarterback is what matters.
Wow.
Mm.
CJ is not above. I'm gonna name guys. He's not above. You say top 10, right? Let me just name the guys out. JJ, Dre, Hop,
J.J.
Watson, J. Joe,
Watson,
Aaron Foster,
Owen Daniels.
Owen Daniels, Dwayne Brown. This may be a reach for some people, but Eric Winston.
No, yeah, you
hell
got to
no.
put him up there. You got to put him
Hell
up there.
no. Cushion.
There we go. Cushion. No, I mean, we look. No, this is not an order. It's naming people, right? Cushion. That's 10.
Dwayne Brown.
I already said Dwayne Brown.
Oh, okay, my bad.
D'Amico, Clowney. Well, Mario did Clowney.
You not putting D'Amico over CJ.
None of them players are in
CJ won 3 playoff games in his first 3 years.
Right. But
He
dude,
Let's
took his
just like I
from a
said, put that on your resume and then start naming all these other players because if they not all pros or future Hall of Famers, his resume saying when I came here, there was a shit organization. And my first 3 years, I won 3 playoff games. I am
He won about
arguably
7 Killer?
I am arguably the best playoff. I'm arguably the best quarterback, and I would accept number 2 right now behind Deshaun Watson. But out of 25 years of having an organization, I'm number 2, and I won 3 playoff games. I've won more playoff games than before I got here than probably the whole organization have won before. How you gonna put that dude way in the 20s and he won 3? Your resume speaks for itself.
Yeah, check his winning percentage. He ain't got no losing seasons.
yeah, that's cool too.
No, that's not cool. That's fact.
You take the defense away, bro. We struggling. Like,
Yeah, that's why I got to run with Patton
Yeah.
right there. Like, man, he's not winning these games. I understand that we do the old
Bro, if CJ was a great quarterback and we wasn't winning, what does it mean? CJ was 10-7, 10-7, 12-5. Never had a losing season, won 3 playoff games in his first 3 years from a rookie up until now. Okay, so take that away and then extrapolate that to other quarterbacks in history and give me that resume. that had never had a losing season their first 3 years and won 3 playoff games their first 3 years.
This is when I tell you, Cal, that football is a team sport.
It
Literally.
becomes a team sport when you want to win the argument.
Deshaun was
I
special as
but
fuck.
I ask you to give me a resume of other quarterbacks that have his resume.
I'm thinking about it right now. And before him, Deshaun was our best quarterback.
I'm
Before
a
we got
kid.
before we got
Deshaun still is, yeah. Deshaun still is,
Russell
yeah.
Wilson?
before
Yeah, he's
we
still
got
the
Deshaun,
best.
Didn't
we
Russell
was
win his
going
first 3 years?
No,
probably
we talking about with the Texans.
this with the
No,
Texans.
I'm talking about overall.
Oh, that's
Did
see, he's
Russell
talking about overall. Russell
did
Wilson.
Russell Wilson come in his first 3 years, have a winning record, and won his first three
I think
playoff
so.
games? Okay, if he did, okay, that's one.
I know they
Wilson in
didn't
this
win
situation.
but 3 years. He won in a wild card game in 2012, his rookie year against
Fucking Big
Atlanta.
Ben.
No, I'm
How
talking
many
about
years did Jerry Goff play with the Rams?
he's been there since 2016.
No, I mean, Jerry Goff got Jerry Goff. I'm talking about with the Rams. He's with Detroit now. When did he
Yeah,
get
he was
drafted by the Rams?
around from 2016 to 2022
Okay, how was his first 3 years?
at the Rams.
Yeah,
He split
didn't he go to
time.
Super Bowl within the first 3 years?
He
Yeah,
no,
he
he
did.
split time. He split time in his rookie year with Case Keenum, and then the next year they actually got good, won the division, lost in the wild card. 2018, which is their third year, they went 13-3, won the division. Let's see if they won the Super Bowl. This is year 3. No, they lost to New England in year 3. That was that game that was like 9-12 or something.
Yeah, horrible ass game. Yeah, that's the year the league cheated the Saints. The Saints should have won to the Super Bowl that year.
And the next year in 2019, they went 9-7 and took a step back. The following year they traded him.
Yeah, that's when they went over the top.
Yeah, they traded him the next year.
Cal, real quick, man.
Yeah.
The reason why I say football is a team sport, like, yeah, the quarterback position is the most important. That's the most talked about, most polarized. Like, it's the end all be all, right? Mm-hmm. It's rare that if you don't have that position taken care of or have somebody at least that's competent, your team can suffer. Like, throughout this whole year, I was on the campaign of saying, dude, all CJ got to be is just Trent Dilfer. This team is set, the defense is the way it's set up. But granted, we didn't have a run game, right? Mm-hmm. If you insert run game with Montgomery, and let's just say we ended up drafting Washington, add him to the backfield as well, right? Nick Haley calls better plays. You got your tight ends, and like you put everything around this guy to succeed. You even put the raw guy to push him, right? He has no choice but to succeed, right? I'm ranking him the way I'm ranking him. I'm watching him play. I'm watching him progress. It's very, very nerve-wracking. Like, I hate the fact that a lot of our players as of late give that good 1 year and we're like, oh yeah, this we got one. It just happened with Pierce, fell off the face of the earth. I don't want CJ to go through the same trajectory as Pierce. We thought we had a solid foundational brick piece with Pierce after his rookie.
Pierce was a 5th round pick. CJ was considered one of the generational quarterbacks.
But you get what I'm saying.
That's between a sneeze and a fart.
Oh my god!
Come on, bro. Come on. You can't even do that, bro. I'm not gonna let you.
For a team that didn't have shit.
Like, bro,
y'all miss Bobby Slowett.
No.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Patton. And we're gonna play this game called hypotheticals. If Nico Collins was healthy, if Tank Dell was healthy, if Joe Mixon was healthy, do you think playing at the tier and the potential that they play last year Do they win a Super Bowl?
I don't think they win. They get to it though.
You're telling me Tank Dell, his ascension, Nico Collins, and Joe Mixon.
If all
You're
guys are
telling
healthy, it's possible.
you're telling me. Okay, so the road to the Super Bowl wasn't that damn hard.
It wasn't hard
So
at all.
you're only playing against Seattle. So if you're playing against Seattle and you have Nico Collins, Tank Dell, uh, what's the tight end name? He got hurt.
Shows.
Choke.
That's how you
And
know
you
he ain't good.
and,
His
and, and
name
you
is
have Mixon. I'm asking if you have those four players, those are 4 tier players. I didn't even add CJ. You telling me that Seattle still win that Super Bowl.
The way CJ played in the New England game, if let's say you got those guys and he still plays the way he plays.
Bro, look,
He wouldn't even
because we already know if Mixon is playing, the
that was
play
a
calling, is different. We know if Nico is playing, the play calling is different. So I'm gonna wrap this up right quick. I said that to this is my argument. If CJ would have had those players, because these other players, these other teams that have won, they was healthy. And so CJ had his players that Nick Casario drafted, and they were healthy, and we won the Super Bowl. What are we saying with CJ at right now? We still saying CJ is in the 20s? CJ is what Larry said was, and this is why Larry keeps saying we need to swing to the fences because CJ does not have the weapons. The only weapon that we went out and we swung the fences was uh Diggs.
I agree,
And so
Brandon.
that's why he's saying, fuck those picks, go get Love. And I'm saying if you don't get Love, go get Price, the dude from Arkansas, and you can go and get Sadiq.
I feel
But
like
you have to give CJ something. So even with all that being said, and every time that he goes into the playoffs, like every year that CJ went to the playoffs, one of his key players was hurt.
area.
every year. It's been him and some guys, some Jags. CJ and
Yeah,
the Jags in the playoff.
yeah. So
Look,
that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, like we look at it and we look at the end result and we say, well, CJ couldn't get it done. Well, CJ got it done to get to this point. And when he got to that point, the people that he depended on for the 16, 17 games, they wasn't there.
killer,
So things had to change.
killer.
He didn't
So
play all
I think what it is, killer. To be honest with you, it's your point and what you're saying is absolutely correct. And I think every time you bring that point up, it's you solidify it more. But I think what we have to understand, fellas, is that's what's happening with CJ and the fandom of CJ in Houston. You're dealing with a lot of heartbreak. See, when if you apply heartbreak in other points in our life, it affects things. It makes you look at things a little different, makes you kind of put it together a little bit different. CJ, see, we never had a quarterback like CJ. And I know that y'all may say Deshaun, and y'all know I'm a big Matt Schaub fan, but what
Hey, Sean,
CJ
when I
did
listen
year one, let's
oh,
be
messed up. I
let's
forgot
be
about messed up.
let's be one. I mean, let's
I
be
got
honest.
it.
Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Year one CJ was something that we never seen before from a Texans quarterback.
From
almost.
a lot of quarterbacks.
It was no, I'm talking about in Houston.
Year one, like
Other than
Almost.
Warren
If
Moon,
Deshaun don't get hurt, but almost.
other than
no,
Warren Moon,
CJ had what people was considered the best rookie season ever
of all
until
time. And this is what I'm saying.
Jalen Daniels came around.
As
So
a Texas
yeah,
fan, we sitting there, we watching it, and we got super invested. I'm talking about, man, that
right.
there was so many podcasts that were started about the Texans that was literally started just behind what CJ Stroud had done for the team. He had raised the level of respect for the Texans. Like, People was comparing this dude, and I'm talking about year one. People was comparing this dude to Tom Brady. Tom Brady even took him under his own wing and was Tom Brady at one point in time, and this is where you can tell CJ play had kind of changed because Tom Brady was his voice for a while. Tom Brady would literally be in whole other states talking about CJ Stroud. He would just be like, "Hey, this guy sees the game like I did." He was really bigging this guy up to a point where what we saw him do year one, we was locked in. We was like, "Y'all, we got us one. We really got us one." And I think, like I say, Killer, it's the heartbreak of that year two. I'm pretty sure Washington going through the same thing. They going through the same thing with Jaden Daniels, man. They probably was like, "Oh my God, we ain't seen this is our RG3. We done got
Hey,
we lost
let me
RG3.
let me tell you about that Washington thing. Let me tell you about that Washington thing, and it's gonna be real quick. Keep an eye on the New York Giants, but the Cowboys got better, and Philadelphia's still the same. All the accolades that boy got, it's gonna change. It changed just like it did with CJ.
Yep.
CJ was considered having the best rookie year in NFL history, and Jaden Daniels came back the next year and erased that. Jaden Daniels was like, oh man, he came back and brought his team back from like 7 to 8 deficits in the fourth quarter. And so when you look at that, you're like, well, shit, why was he down? Like, but he pulled him out. And then the next year he got hurt. So now he's going into his third year. Let's see what happens.
Bro, he willed that team to the NFC Championship game.
And last year he got hurt, he got broke down, and the division got better.
And your head coach is a defensive head coach, but the defense was the problem.
Our coach is a defensive coach too.
But our defense is not the problem. Quarterback's the problem.
Quarterback is not the problem. Injury is the problem.
If you put Jaden Daniels on this team,
no, according to what you're saying, now it sounds like excuses is the problem. Like we got a lot of excuses, bro. Like
I'm done making excuses for CJ, bro. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying Killer keep making these excuses.
Bro, no. Okay, so there's a thick line. People always say it's a thin line. No, that motherfucking line is so thick because every time CJ went to the playoffs, he went to the playoffs against Baltimore and didn't have his wide receivers at all. I mean, come on.
Would you be happy if CJ's career ended, right? When his career ends in Houston and his playoff record is 10-10, are you okay with that? Because right now he's 3-3.
As long as there's
no. What I'm saying is, as a quarterback, his first 3 years he won 3 playoff games.
Right, bro. Okay, you're 3-3.
So name me any other quarterback have done that.
Boy, that's a hot take right there, Space Age.
Hell no, Scatterbo, fuck no. Leave him in there.
Hey, I wanted him last year though.
Man, the Giants.
They roasted me on this show, Space Age. I said we need Scatterbo, and these boys roasted me, so I stood on all 10 when I say, look at what he did in New York. He could have did that in
steroids. But look, back to the main thing, bro. You win one, you lose one. Like that's all you've been doing. I get it. Hey, you won the game, great, but we know next week you're gonna lose. We get a year where the football gods gave us the red carpet to the fucking Super Bowl. Mahomes, we cracked Mahomes. We always beat Josh Allen. We beat fucking Baltimore in Baltimore. Granted, they didn't have Lamar. Those two teams didn't make the playoffs. You roll past the goddamn Steelers. Well, let's be real. CJ played horrible in the Steelers game. The defense really won the game. And then you get to New England and you shit the fucking bed. And you shit the bed so bad to where the game was still winnable. With 4 interceptions, the game's still winnable. Like it's fucking crazy.
He shit the bed, but it was 2 other guys that had a chance to give him toilet paper and they didn't.
I'm gonna tell you the fucked up.
Oh no. Hold on. Now we ain't finna skip past that.
What?
Because You have a head coach that said that I'm gonna be more involved on the offensive side, and
Yeah.
you have an offensive coordinator that went on the road and allowed the quarterback to throw 4 interceptions in the first half on the road in 30-degree weather in wet weather, and they kept throwing the fucking ball. And D'Amico Ryans and they
You know
sit
why
over
they
there
keep
and let
throwing
him
the
do it.
ball?
No,
Because they
it
can't
ain't
stop the
no, it
running
ain't
ball.
no, it ain't no. You know why?
What that mean, nigga?
Guess what happened in the second half? We still had a chance to win the fucking game, and that
Because of the
motherfucker Woody Marks.
defense.
No, Woody Marks fumble.
Yes.
Go back and watch the game.
Yeah, he
Even
fumbled.
after all of that,
Add on
but
to it.
but see, before all that even happened, why are we throwing the damn ball 47 times on
Because
the
we can't
road?
run the
And
ball.
nah, that's crazy.
There was no
We
running game.
never we never threw the ball 47 times the whole year.
Because you
And you
couldn't
go on the road.
run.
So how in the hell we end up in the second round?
The defense.
The defense.
We end up in the second round because of the defense. Okay, so we end up in the second round on defense, but in the second round, we playing against New England, and we start to we say CJ on the road in wet weather, 30 degrees. Want you to throw the ball 47 times, and D'Amico was sitting over there, and he okayed that. Bro, you cannot blame that on one person.
No, you can't.
You can't blame that on one person.
All right.
And
Y'all want me to
CJ only
really make,
did good.
y'all want to really make it upset. The best receivers for the Texans was Carlton Davis, the cornerback from
Yeah.
New England. That dude made some terrific catches, boy.
He had a career game. He had a Hall of Fame game.
Hey, that's a good
Nah,
point. I ain't gonna lie, that point
we
kicked the door in right there. Like, that's a very good point.
but we have so much passion on this show. Shout out to the over 250 people watching. That is
Bro.
real just love right there, man. And I appreciate y'all listening to this slow talking group from the south side, the east side, the north side of Houston. We all represent
There's
the
only one
swamp.
South Side nigga in here,
Hey,
man.
when you say the north side, you got to say Homestead, bro. Like it's Homestead and it's other parts of the north side, but you got to say Homestead.
Yeah, we
Well,
got states on the north side. It's like we got
Hey,
Homestead
hey,
State, we got
Nitty,
Fillmore State. Trinity
tell him,
Garden is a whole other state.
tell him,
This is a
tell him,
whole
Nitty.
over here, man. Come on, man. It's a South
Lockwood.
side. Hey, is that a Swish House shirt you got on, Ken? Hey, let me tell you how good I am with the Swish House logo. I just can tell by the top part of your shirt, bro. It's not even.
I just ordered. This is my first time wearing it, man.
Hey, that's
Hey,
dope,
First,
man. Shout out Michael Watts, man. Big
all
Homestead
right.
Northside representative, man. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
sir.
I want to say this to the 265 people in here right now. Make
265.
sure that y'all subscribe and like this video and follow us, man, because we do this every Wednesday, Saturday. We're gonna do
Yeah.
more special shows that pop up, but just gotta follow us on either Instagram or on Twitter so y'all can be in the loop of what's going on. We have fun on this show all the time. We have guests. We bring on Stressings. We done brought on I haven't seen my guy in a minute. AD,
Big
but shout out
Sarge.
AD.
Big
We
sword.
Big Sarge, shout out Big Sarge, Mellow Man Mike, man. We got some of the most intelligent Brandon. Big shout out to Brandon, man. And we got some of the
A1.
brightest minds in the Texas community, man, that actually know ball. That's the one thing about our show, man. We know ball, we come from different perspectives with it, but we all respect each other game. You know what I'm saying? We all know that each other know what we are talking about at any given said time. Even though we will get this ironed out about these excuses, because I think that a lot of the times, especially like the good teams, and I would like to end with this because I was going to ask the guys whether they want to end the show on, and I'm gonna give them the opportunity to do that. But I want to end on Seattle. Seattle, to me, don't make excuses.
Nah.
That's a team that just does not make excuses. And that's just where I want us to get to as a franchise. I understand that everybody has opinions and you know, in all of this, but we have to understand that this is a team game. And sometimes when one player lacks, the team is supposed to step up. You know what I'm saying? I done seen good teams like i.e. the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna use one great example. There was a player. What was his name? What was the short guy? The first guy that was running all of those. Welker. Welker was with the Patriots, and he was a big part of that offense. Man, I'm talking about very big part of that offense. And what he did, he had a niche for what he did, and when he was, I think he got hurt one year. I think the Texans did it. As a matter of fact, he was playing against the Texans, and the next year they upped the guy, Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman stepped on that field, man. And you know who else we had like that? Let's speak of somebody more homegrown. Let's talk about Kuti. And I don't care what y'all say out there. If anybody, I seen the way you looked up Killer when I said his name.
No, I was watching some videos of QT.
Yeah,
he should have translated. He should
have translated because bro, when I forgot somebody got injured and he stepped on the field, bro still, I don't know if he still holds the record for the most catches for a rookie in his first game. His first game ever. I think it was 11. But he had a lot of him and Deshaun was connected. But anyway, I just want to say this. It's always has to be the next man up. When that can be the number one mantra for your team and it actually works, that's when you have a good team. That's when there's no excuses. That's when you know that when this one person steps down, somebody steps up. You got a lot of people who really think, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people who think right now that if CJ would have got benched, and if they would have brought in Mills during that we would have won that game.
You would have won that game, but you would have hurt his. You would have hurt his little ego.
Yeah, you would have.
Kansas City had a lot of injuries. The next man up didn't make it happen. Baltimore had a lot of injuries. The next man up didn't happen.
No, you're
San Diego had injury. The Denver Broncos lost a quarterback, and you just say, "Hey, the next man up." Sometimes the next man up is not better than the starter.
Because
so if I lose Nico Collins and I lose Schultz in the first quarter, and I've already lost my starting running back at the beginning of the year, the next man up, like I'm looking for other players. Like I came into the year and this is my starting core. And so I'm steady losing players. So if I keep losing these players, the next man up always doesn't work. Like that's not an excuse. That's just reality.
No, you're right.
Because
you're right.
I go back and say, like, look, Nico he's on it this year. If Nico doesn't play 15 games, 1,400 yards, like he's gonna have to get a contract somewhere else. We lost Tank Dell, so Tank Dell he's gonna have a reprieve and he's gonna have a chance.
Higgins looking like RoboCop.
And let's get it straight because I mean he hit some, and every time he hit it, I got to give him praise for it. When he missed, I'm gonna throw it in his face. Patton told us that Mixon wasn't gonna play. But if Mixon plays, and I know if is the biggest word in the English dictionary. If Mixon plays, this is the whole different like outset. Like we playing against New England. Like we're not worried about CJ throwing 4 interceptions in the first half because we wouldn't be throwing the ball. We'll be running the ball. So those things happen. So when you have injuries to your number one running back, your number one wide receiver, your number one tight end, and of course, you didn't depend on Tank Dell. So after that, you got 2 wicked wide receivers, and then you have a wide receiver that you signed in free agent that was hurt the whole entire year. CJ whole entire weaponry was hurt. And so you still want him to go out there and show and prove that, hey, I can make it work, but he don't have the weapon.
Yeah, he ain't even had Dalton Schultz out there, and I understand that. I understand that, but that just mean we got our ass kicked. I make no excuses.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying, Killer.
That's it.
I'm just
At
saying
the end
that
of the
once
day,
you
yeah,
get
you're
your
right.
ass kicked, you just got
Hey,
to be like, look, we can't go out. Like, do you know what we look like running out on that field? If me and you, they just say me and you was out there with the Patriots out there, and we run on New England. They let us on the field, and we telling all the players, yeah, y'all only won because of this, because of that. And if we would have had Dalton Schultz out here, we'd have. It's like none of that matters. At
it
the end
don't
of the day,
matter. You're
it's like
right. It don't matter. You're
it's
right. Yeah, it
it's
don't matter.
it's just unfortunate that happened to us. But
When that clock hit 000, everything that I just said don't matter.
yeah,
You
because I
lost.
ain't gonna lie, man.
You lost.
I feel like and boy, it took a lot for me to say, like, damn, Dalton Schultz not being out there, it did make a difference.
Hmm.
I wouldn't have never thought I'd say it, but it was. It made a difference. CJ didn't have an escape. He didn't have a way like, okay, if this not working, I'm gonna throw it here. It made CJ like especially that play where he threw off his back leg while getting sacked.
You know, I'm gonna say this, and
Like at first I hated CJ for that play, but now when I look at it,
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end it because I
he
know
trying
I've
to
been
make a play.
talking,
He was trying to make a
bro.
play, bro.
Bro, when you have a offensive coordinator that still have two rookie wide receivers, and you had who was the other wide receiver? I can't forget his can't remember his name, but he had came
Hutchins,
on. No, he came on against Pittsburgh, the free agent
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk. When you lose Dalton Schultz and you still have these other three wide receivers, and you still can't come up with a game plan in the middle of the war of battle. This is what when Larry says that I don't have confidence in Nick Cady because, like, okay, so if something happens, how do you change on the fly? It's like you come with a game plan and then Schultz get hurt, and it's like, oh hell, what the hell did I do? Well, I got to keep throwing the ball because the running attack wasn't working. You lost Schultz, but you still have three other wide receivers out there, and he still didn't make nothing happen. So when I say that, I'm like, I understand CJ did like it was one of the worst games that I've ever seen, but D'Amico and Kaylee didn't make it no better for him. So at the end of the day, man, it is what it is in the record books, and you know we just got to move on, man. Like I'm not trying to make excuses for CJ, but I'm just saying like these are the facts that's what happened.
No, I
Mm.
understand though, Killer. You know,
Patton,
I just be,
Patton.
hey,
You about to
anything,
drive me to drinking, bro.
hey, Pat, anything,
You beating on a
anything,
dead horse.
hey, anything that you want to bring, bro, before we get ready to end, man.
Stop beating on that damn dead horse. It's been hot
Yeah,
outside. It done
I'm
busted
so.
open.
Well, I would like to close with a little draft season story, if you would. I put some information into the AI model. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to give them credit until they send the Texans on three some checks, but the AI model says this about the upcoming draft. That the Miami Dolphins hold two first rounders. The New York Jets have two first rounders. The Las Vegas Raiders have the number one overall pick and the first pick in every round. The Cleveland Browns have a total of 9 picks, including two first rounders. The Texans do not want to be where those teams are. The Texans have 9 picks, including two in the second round. And my information tells me that the Texans should say, fuck them picks and trade up for explosive players like Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, Kenyon Sadiq, and even an explosive player on day three like Harold Perkins. In closing, I say that the Texans need to swarm on the draft days like they do on defense. and we will eventually pick up the swarm on offense as we get more playmakers on the field. Peace out.
Mm,
That's a big explosion right there, man, for you, Doc.
that was great.
That's a big mic drop.
Between
That
you
was
and
great.
Cal, y'all stressing me out, man.
I do have a caveat. What I am suggesting is not smart, but it is aggressive. And we have been smart since Casario got here. I'm asking him to be less intelligent and
And be aggressive.
be aggressive.
Yeah, I get
You
it.
might get me a T-shirt made, Doc. Don't get mad if I get one. I'm gonna get you one made too. I might get me a F them picks, man. I might gotta go
I'm gonna
ahead.
say this: it closed it, man. I'm all for trading up. I think that's the one thing we all agree on. If in a perfect world, I would love to have. I wanted Jeremiah Love when I first came across him a couple years ago. I know Cal likes. Is it Price? I think it's Price.
Hey, yeah, your credit is use the first one on social media. That's why I keep telling you, man. When you put that out there, you should put it on Twitter because you was the first one to say anything about Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, I ain't know nothing about
The
Love.
first.
Michigan,
You
man.
was the first, bro. You was the first.
Hey, I don't do this shit, but I do this shit. Draft dog. But I'm gonna say this though. I wanted Love. I feel like he's Joe Mixon 2.0, a better version of Joe Mixon. I know Cal, you are high on Price, but if I'm going to trade up, I would like to trade up for Sadiq. Get your true tight end one. Well, he will be a tight end two because we still have Schultz, but you know that's going to be your future tight end one, right? And if I get Sadiq, I would rather have Sadiq and Mike Washington Jr. than what we got right now. Because if you trade up that, if you trade up that high for Love, you got to give up at least 3 picks.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I don't see Tennessee dealing with us because it's going to take.
I got us able to trade up to Washington. It would be costly, but you could do it.
Yeah, I mean,
no. Washington is still slated to be at the highest, the third, still at the fourth.
So
yeah, they're seven.
It would take.
I said that at first. I think I was always saying that we should take Price over Love. And like I think.
But see, here's the thing, though. You can get Price. You can get Price. Price possibly. No. Price is still possibly at 28.
Yeah.
Him and Sadiq is still possibly.
You only trade up if you're going to trade up. You only have to trade up for either Love or Sadiq, and the price tag for Love would be higher than it would be for Sadiq. I believe you can get Sadiq at 15. It would take some.
Right now, Sadiq is past 20. And this is all just speculation. So I get what you're saying.
You got to get in front of Tampa because Tampa needs tight ends too, and they aggressive. They always pick the pass catcher that we want.
Yeah,
no, it never fails.
My final thoughts is this: if we're gonna go aggressive, like Larry said, my thing is going to be Sadiq and Price, Sadiq and Michael Washington. And if it's not that, it has to be one of those guys, and then it has to be a defensive tackle. And then everything after that, you can give me 2 linemen and a linebacker, and I'm done. I don't give a damn who you draft. You can draft a water boy after that.
For real.
I wouldn't care, bro. Because I like Larry keeps saying you need a explosive playmaker on the offensive side, and you have to get aggressive to move up and get that player. And I think Sadiq and I think Love is too rich. I know Doc is like he's trying to, gamble away his unborn grandkids. And I'm not trying to do that. But I'm saying like Price can give you what Love can give you. But I'm thinking if you don't get Love, you got to get Washington Jr. to pair up with Montgomery. But you have to get another explosive guy in Sadiq. And if I get that on offense, if I bring, I'm bringing back my whole entire defense from last year. The whole entire defense is coming back. They're still young. They still and everything is always born injury. But I'm bringing back everybody. So
Yeah.
You
that's what I'm
know,
going
the
at.
running back for us. I'm
Who?
sorry. He didn't come out this year, and if he would have, I would have been pounding the table for him. Uh, Mark Fletcher Jr., running back for Miami.
Draft guard activated.
Well, we'll see next year then. Hey,
What
you
do
get
y'all
a
think about that? What
you
do
the
y'all think
first
about the
person that
running
brought
back
him
from
up. We know
Penn
that.
State? The Penn State running back that's injured.
Nick Singleton, I'll take
Yeah.
him
Singleton.
if we
Hey,
fail early in the draft.
I'm
He'd be
gonna
a
say this
deep.
about him. This is gonna sound crazy. If healthy, Saquon 2.0.
I was just about to say that.
So what will you take him at then? Because I don't think he's going past the second round.
If they're around, the third is the third, early third is where he's going to be placed at.
So we still have opportunity to get him.
Yeah, possible.
Okay. Okay.
Jacob, I'm out of like my not this number seven.
Okay.
I feel you.
Yeah, that's a good observation about Mike Washington, but boy, is he explosive.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Yep.
your guy that's home. You got your Bill Kyle Montgomery. Washington is the true change of pace guy, home run hitter, and then you got Woody, who should be used as primarily the pass catching running back, which is what he's special at.
But isn't Mike Washington about 6'2", 230?
You're a big
Yeah,
guy. You're a big guy.
So what is about he's not physical enough? I know they showed some videos of him. He took business decision and not catching, a hospital ball,
Yeah,
which I agree. But I'm like, I didn't see him like shine away from contact in the middle.
yeah. And for the audience, my other reason for wanting to trade up is the internal team politics and confidence. If you have a highly drafted player, he's not going to be standing over there on the sideline talking about he don't know the plays. They're gonna be forced to play him. If we get one of
Mm.
these other backs, they will be relegated to special teams and third or fourth back in the running back room. And
They'll put
so
them in the
that
regular recess, the session. That'll have them going up the regular way. You got to go with the
yeah,
pipeline.
Right.
yeah, I want to put pressure on the whole organization to get this player on the field because of what we've
Right.
invested in.
I always said that when you draft a player, where we at 28 and 38,
yeah.
those guys, the first week of September, have to be regular rotational players. The first week, like we not picking players to say, we're gonna give them some time and then next year we can see what they're about. No,
That's what
these
I
got to be
agree with.
guys.
I agree with that at the beginning of the show. Like that's where we at. That's why I agree with what Larry's saying. That's where we at now as an
Right.
organization. We have
Right.
enough of a foundation built to where now it's time to go ahead and you know what I'm
Roll the
saying?
dice.
Yeah, it's time
Roll
to
the dice.
if there's been any time, and plus the time that now, like I say, it's a kind of a like the Texans are real big on their fan base, and that's one thing I do love about this team because, and I'm not saying they've been this way since the beginning, but right now they listen to us, and it seems like they understand that like last year was disappointing. It was gutting. It was actually like really on the cool when you put the light on it. Our franchise quarterback, y'all, had over 5 turnovers in 2 games back to back. And even if it was 4, but either way, this happened in back to back games. This is enough to like turn a fan base. This is enough to turn a fan base against a player. And so before things start to tear down and just melt down like a nuclear reaction or whatever, I believe that that's what we do this off season. We go all in because we have to. Like this year, now I said about the Super Bowl. I said what I said about the Super Bowl. Not gonna get my heart into that. But the championship game, oh, I'm going all in. Like we have to get to that championship game this year, y'all. We have to. I just think
Right.
we have to. I think that's the mind of the organization. That's the heartbeat. We have to this year. We did all this talking. We made everybody pay attention to the fact that we hadn't been to a championship game. If you notice, the Texans didn't never used to lead with that. We let everybody else say that. But all of a sudden, as an organization, we were on that. Hey, we ain't never been to the championship game. We plan on getting to the championship and it's a big failure.
Right.
This year it's gonna be totally different, and this is why I think Doc ends up being right with the whole pick scenario. They're gonna go all the way in. Nick Caserio is gonna go all the way in on this scenario. So, but I want to say this though, y'all. It's been great. We almost reached that 300. We're at 283 right now. We appreciate y'all for just tuning in and just listening to four guys, man, that just love the Texans, man. Like I said, man, we want y'all to like, subscribe, follow us on the social media, man, so we can get this thing bigger. Pause. I want to, like I said, if y'all got everything that y'all wanted to get out, I want to give the shout outs right quick before we get right here to everybody in the bull ring. Appreciate the bull ring, everybody who came in. It's y'all a big part of the show. I say it all the time. Anytime you got any questions or comments, just always chime in. My bad for just actually bringing them up on the screen now, but normally we have the chats going on the screen, but today was a wild day. But 2 hours and 46 minutes, man, is
It's a record, ain't it?
maybe a record for the show, man. So I
Yeah.
want to give y'all an applause for sticking with us, man, and riding with us through this. That must mean we was talking about something good. And if y'all stayed around and stuck with us, man, like I say, y'all, I want to give everybody a introduction. For y'all, if this is y'all first time here, y'all know what I'm saying. We got my guy Patton in the building. He's the guy that you know what I'm saying. He I don't know where he gets this insight from the draft, but he has a source. I know he do. And he gets all kind of insight. He tell you about players 2-3 years before the player even coming in the draft. And I ain't gonna lie, I'd be like, hey man, at least wait till a year out. He might tell you 3, hey, this freshman that just came to Penn State. You'll be like, so yeah, I ain't gonna see this dude in
Just
3
follow my
years.
Twitter, bro. I see something I shared, and like I don't create blogs or anything like that, but I watch college football. I watch football, period. So
and y'all know Doc from all of his appearances all over Twitter. He's very open in the Texas community. Y'all gonna see him in the spaces. Y'all gonna tune in to his page. It was great to have him, you know, to join in on us with this show. It's been great ever since he's came on. It's a vibe. It's like one thing about us, we're all about vibes. If you notice, all different us, we all have a different vibe, and that's the way God put this together. So you're never gonna just get one insight. You're gonna get from 4 different people on who see this sport different, but the same at the same time. And man, we'll appreciate Doc and Killer. Y'all already know, man. Killer is I like to call him the Yoda. He's the Yoda of the bunch. He's got all the game, the knowledge from probably for a lot of y'all was even born, but OG Killer. But now, man, Killer's been doing this thing for a long time. Y'all done probably heard him on radio back on. He used to do the thing with Sarge. Killer been doing this thing, and he's very well known throughout the Texas community, and people take his takes very seriously. And that's what we do here. And me, I'm just a rapper turned journalist. Just love the Texans, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know me. But anyway, man, it's we do this, like I say, every Wednesday, every Saturday, And if we ever have any other special shows, we announce them on our social media and stuff like that. But we thank y'all, man. It's 287 of y'all. And like I said, it's a dope. I got to go back and check, but I do think that this is. I think this. I don't know if we reached 300. I thought we reached 300 before, but
I
this
thought we did too.
miracle. And I will check to see. But other than that, though, man, let's get this music going. And let me give y'all these shout outs, y'all. Okay. We're gonna start out first. As a matter of fact, I didn't even see these comments at first, but Brandon said Daniel Jones has been paid. Then he was about to say April Fool's. He said, "Hold up, that's real." So I guess that's real. Daniel Jones got paid so good, we ain't got to worry about the coach. He said Jaguars have been moved to Orlando and have 0 home games. He said that's real too. I didn't hear that, but I'm gonna definitely do my research, Brandon. But other than that, I definitely want to give Brandon his shout out. Being in the bull ring, we want to give a shout out to Doc. He was in the bull ring too, even though he was up here on the show. We want to give the biggest shout out to T Jones. Stay getting better and better. We want to give a shout out to Dorsey right here. Yeah, Dorsey Spencer. And we have Texas Tangents definitely in the building, man. We appreciate you. Mellow Mike. Mellow Mike at the beginning of the show, man. I was like, man, we hadn't seen you in a minute, man. I guess me and Ken was on the same page today because I definitely was thinking about it earlier. But appreciate Mellow Mike, man. I know he is big in the, you know what I'm saying, in the bull ring. Pause on that. But we got Space Age, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you as always, man. Let's see. Let's make sure we're not forgetting anybody. Hold on. Stresses. There we go.
Yes.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Stresses, man. Y'all know Stresses is our boy. Been rocking with us since the beginning. And we're going to continue to rock with him, man. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Stresses, man. Big shout out. Let's see who else. Rodney Bryce. Appreciate you, my guy, for tuning in tonight, man. Could have been in the world, but you was right here with us, man. We appreciate you taking the time to come in. And let's see. Let's make sure we're not forgetting anybody. We scroll it down. Okay. I think we got everybody, man. I think I got everybody. I think, okay, no. One more. Mr. J2. Hey, we appreciate you, my guy, man. To everybody, like I said, the 288 people that tune in, man, make sure before y'all get out of here that y'all like, subscribe, and share if you can. You know what I'm saying? The content, we will greatly appreciate it. Hope y'all can hear the sincerity in my voice, but we definitely will appreciate it, just like we appreciate everybody else. Shout out to everybody else in the Texas community, also Big Sarge, AB, everybody, man. Everybody that's out there doing the Texas thing. If I forgot to say it, to my mind and not my heart. Other than that, though, big shout out to my wife. Big shout out to everybody's family, man.
Yes,
hope everybody's doing good out there. And,
yes, sir.
We'll see y'all Saturday, man. Texas on food, man, and we do this thing. We out of here, y'all.